Right now. Stuff. To alert people.
You're trying to alert the people.
Yes. Okay. So.
Alright, second shot, let's go.
I'm actually surprised I'm doing D&D for once on here. Freaking. Better be.
Freaking sweet.
Oh, I am live. Good, good, good.
Oh, that's freaking sweet, yeah. Oh no. Wait a minute.
What?
Never mind. I was looking at the chat, never mind.
Yeah, there's no one in. Feels like I've been going for a minute, even though. Oh.
How many subs do you have?
10. Oh, hey, Ras. Oh, right. I need to turn off everyone real quick. So
I take it this is your main source of income then?
currently,
Racking up 1,000.
Also, we are live right now. Hello, chat.
yes.
I had it open for a split second and I saw my guy light up when I talked. I like this.
Well, I need to.
I like how also our little characters are also hanging out on the bottom. You got like Yang's character, they got fucking Kermit, and you got me and the stick,
Yeah.
and the fucking guy from the Dark Crystal.
Stick and you.
Oh, I gotta tell
Right, I've
people.
minimized your stream, Yang, but I'm giving you another view.
Immediately, the first question is that a banana? Yeah, it is a banana, and you're all for a good time.
Who's Death Seeker Raz? Hello guys.
A friend.
My name is Gregor. My name is Gregory Foreskin. I'll be your entertainer for today.
No, I am the DM, and that is not your name.
And we're gonna be just dancing around this flame banana. Just don't worry about us.
Are you all dancing around the banana?
Hookah, 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 shotgun.
You all are freaking dancing around the banana.
I may or may not have taken 2 shots of vodka right now, so let's do this.
Yeah, he's already getting into character.
Hell yeah.
Now,
These are my companions, Ronald Swangleson and Dick Warlock.
Crotch Ninja.
And me, Gregory Foreskin.
Already with the horrible, horrible jokes. If I had to put things at rated 18, I'm gonna have too much fun. Anywho. So, we're gonna be doing D&D, Homebrew World, and all sorts of fun modules and stuff. Well, not modules, just stuff. So, if anyone wants to just say some random things before we start, I would be greatly appreciated while I organize a couple things.
Follow me on Twitter. I'm kidding.
What?
Now that OnlyFans
Who?
is down, I've lost all source of income. So if you could please
OnlyFans
support
with random.
Please support our group OnlyFans, please.
No!
No, Yang's not involved. Don't worry about Yang. It's gonna be
all we do is video reviews of ravioli.
Ravioli.
Campbell's raviolis.
Campbell's ravioli. That's even worse.
We study each ravioli.
We
take them out of the can, each individually, one by one, review it for at least 15 minutes each.
Betting against Wait. He says he's betting against the Kermit guy. You are wrong. They're all chaotic stupid.
Oh, if anything, the Kermit guy's gonna be the least chaotic stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Anywho. We all good?
I am all set.
All set.
Let's get my thing open, and sadly I do not.
Alright, squatting lizard.
Okay.
Fuck,
Right,
my microphone was off
getting
this
an
whole
RP
time. That
I'm
explains
getting
why
an
people haven't
RP. I'm
answered.
getting an RP mode, so I'm afraid your chat's no longer gonna get the pleasant company of Gregory Foreskin. I'm now in character.
I like how.
Anyway,
if you
I
look
still
at the
don't have
start
control over my banana.
I need to just show you something real quick. As soon as you go for like the start thing, like where the players are, it only shows Borlas, and I'm just like, yeah, it's probably gonna be most of the campaign.
Hell yeah.
That's all I see on there. Anywho.
Also, I still haven't decided on something like a voice for gigs, so I'm just gonna make shit up on the spot. And if I don't like it, I'm just gonna change it, because fuck you.
Hicks, the man of many voices.
The longer the game goes on, the more offensive the accent will be.
No, the more accents he'll
Yeah.
give, he'll have like a million accents by the end of it.
Yeah.
The man of a
Hicks is gonna
million
open
accents.
with,
By the
with
way-
a Jamaican accent.
Yo,
This
man.
is what we in the business know as Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. 305,
Anywho,
the one and only.
369.
alrighty.
369. Damn, she fine.
Shall we go?
I'm all set.
I'm ready.
Okay. So, Nunaville, the planet the gods love, a land of hundreds of races with millions of residents each, stretching over 6 continents. Niraful, the cold weather yet warm hearts. Soral, tradition begets growth. The Trash Pit, a collection of flotsam and jetsam. Kaliak, the land of the dead. The Grinny Islands, lovely yet prosperous. And Iriak, for souls, conflict, and contracts. We'll be focusing on Iriak for the today and most of this campaign. Blackright is the capital city of Iriak, supporting a population of around 150,000 people, both above ground and underground in its various mines and sewers, counting some local Underdark colonies as well. However, we'll focus on the top for now, for the most part. Hundreds of thousands of people come in and out of the city daily, whether it be for trade, to emigrate there, or more. There's plenty to do. To start with, we'll be egoing for some character introduction. And we'll start with a certain someone who is very fond of alcohol.
Oh yeah.
Darkness was all you could see, except for a few small cracks in whatever you were trapped inside. Food supplies low, the kvass is running out. You're thinking of resorting to eating your tail, as it grow back. No worries there. But with one loud thunk, you were dislodged and brought to the side of a road, the vessel you were in shattering around you. Finally, leg space, and that sun stings. A little vodka flu never hurt anyone, though, for too long. Gotta get some water and food in ya. With the squeaking of the wheels stopping before you, 2 people were staring down, seeming quite peeved that you were on their wagon. 2 humans wearing dark green, one stomping over more furious than the other, who seemed more on the concerned side were standing above you. And who are you? Why were you in our cargo?
Don't worry about it. My name's Boldus. I just travel. I don't know why I was in that cart. I don't remember where I've been.
We
By
got...
the way,
Yes?
never mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know what I've been. It's been a weird night.
Knight, when did you get in? We got this from the port. We've been traveling for 3 days.
You worry too much about it.
We worry more about you, sir. The kinder one's talking up. He's more trying to see if you're okay, seeing if you have any wounds on you or anything.
I'm fine. I just need a little bit more of this. He just pulls out like one of his remaining like alcohol beverages, like Kloss. Kloss, basically. If anyone doesn't know what it is, it's basically this like rye bread beer, basically. And he starts chugging that down.
He's like, that's okay. Sir, do you have everything you need on you? Paperwork and supplies? Or if you are from here, do you have any bags? You look at each other and shrug.
Let me see. I got see, I got all my beer supply. I got all my food. Wait a minute. Where's my cousin? Where's cousin Izzy?
Izzy?
Where's my cousin? Where you take him to?
We've not seen anyone, if you're talking about anyone. We've just been on the road. We've only stopped a couple times to sleep. What's your cousin look like?
He's about bigger than me, lizard man like me.
Yeah.
He's a bit more muscular.
We've not seen anyone lizardy except for you right here because you're you, but if you do need to... Nope, we're not keeping him on, but it's a 30-minute walk. He can survive. Like, okay.
Which way is that town? Then I'll go that way.
They point to a set of walls up on a very, very nice plateau. There's a couple streets and roads heading up to it, and you can see from afar that some people are going up it. Very armed with their merchants and stuff. A couple bodyguards here and there. Seems like a decent road leading to another one, so it's not too bad. Sunny, though. Very sunny.
Alright, as he does that, he finishes off his beer bottle, puts it in his bag. Alright, I'm going that way. I'll find my cousin one way or another.
Okay.
And he starts to kind of like buzz marching that way over there.
They get back onto the wagon, and they're looking at you as they go by, and the friendlier one looks down and goes, okay, just, if you're not from here, we do have paperwork here you need to fill out. Go for the government center. Looks like a giant plus in the middle.
Yeah, he casually just grabs it and just put it in his bag. I'll do it later. Don't worry about me. I'll go do this now.
Okay. And with that, Borliz, the lizard man, is introduced. Now we are moving on to another person. Fire gives and takes away, be it to warm your home or to destroy it, or in some cases, make you forced to leave it regardless of what happens. A small spark can create a whole new beginning, or destroy your entire way of life. That spark led you to drift on a ship to a new land, in hopes of having some semblance of normalcy, or to make it normal. You've been on the small cog for a few days now, and should be nearing the tip of a large swamp the traders often spoke of, working with your tribe. Now, you're actually witnessing it as you head above your deck. Yep. That will introduce you, the little yellow lizard.
And a little yellow fruit as well.
Yep.
But yes.
Yellow lizard, yellow fruit.
That's sorry. Gix, small little lizard man. Some might confuse him for a kobold if you're not educated. But he's from the Gurini Islands and may or may not have accidentally burned down part of his village while experimenting with his new friendly little fire spirit. Long story short, he was thrown out and has been traveling the world since then, spreading the word of the great and powerful Bananicus. So that he might one day ascend into becoming the most powerful god of all. So yeah.
Similar trees to your homeland were sprouting right out of the sea, the canopy sheltering you as you pass through, but instead of going up the river guarded by an elevated wooden platform to let your ships pass, you're taking a slight detour, heading northwards more. Captain of the ship's just turning his wheel and clicking down, and he's looking at his crew, making sure everyone knows to pitch the sails properly and make everything proper on the ship. Anyway, we're taking a detour, kid. We don't know why some of the things are heading up, but some people say it's the government act.
Huh.
For now, though, you won't get issues since you're going up for travel purposes and potentially a job. We have a little thing here where we just give people rides for free, especially from the colonies and tribes down there.
Thank you, much appreciated. I don't make much more money than what I get from hunting and gathering and the occasional bit of healing here and there.
Yeah, and all that still needs stuff filled out, contracts and everything. Tons of money to be worked with, but very, very frustrating. Sometimes not worth it at all. Anyway.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
So you're riding up to there. We'll make port at about noon or so. It'll be a decent trip. Hope you don't mind. It'll be a bit of a quicker route. You'll be through the hills, no problems. Very flat roads, and you'll probably move on to another wagon there. We've got some stuff on board that can hitch a ride with if you want.
That's good.
Alright. If you need anything, just give us a holler.
Yes, have I told you about the great and powerful Bananicus yet?
Yes.
Yes, he says taking out what appears to be a orange glowing, larger than average banana. The great and powerful Bananicus.
Oh, what's a good one? Roll religion, real quick.
Yep, give it a sec. First roll of the game. Religion. Where is it? There it is. A 10.
The captain just scratches his beard for a moment and he looks down. Go ahead, I'm good with the Lady of the Sea, but knowing a couple more interesting things to know about would be good. Probably good luck. On occasion, we've been marooned a couple times and all we've had to eat were some.
Yes. Bananicus brings good luck and he brings bad luck. It all depends on whether or not you try to be safe when you play with fire. But yes, he saved me once from great enemies, and I've been thankful for him ever since. And he has given me great bounties, good berries, and plenty of other things.
He's nodding along as you tell the story as you all go up. Switch over there as you get the tales of Bananicus and spin some new info. To last night, actually, where a fancy dress party is being held of a basement of a restaurant. Arrangements mostly contain strings and keys, making your employer very content as everyone piled in. Sitting down at a long table, the man himself was sitting with people beside him. Cloches covering dishes of all sorts. What?
Monkey.
Describe your monkey.
Sure thing. Excuse me. So, strolling into the room, a little bit, I wouldn't say nervously, but cautiously as he enters, is an orangutan of about 5 feet in height and 190 pounds in weight, donning some ragtaggedy but somewhat formal wear, including a bit of a farmer's hat and a long, dusty trench coat. He shares a nervous glance or a cautious glance with the man at the head of the table before making his way over and taking a seat.
Ah, Franklin, good of you to join us. He nodded to a seat across from him. Enough you know you were part of the key structure tonight. Whether good or bad, you knew something was to happen, and V was the bearer of the news as always.
Oh boy.
A few murmurs here
Oh.
and there. A couple people were talking around you.
Well, shall we get on with it?
Alright. He stands up, clinging his glass for attention. Right, everyone, you've all been very kind to me. Be it ups or downs in our family, you've all been upstanding people. Helped each other through thick and thin, just as we should. The man slowly raised the glass up, admiring it in the orange dark glow of the lantern, letting it reflect on everyone. But currently, the heads of the house are cracking down on some things. Changes are happening. They're not good ones. So until I've got everything sorted out, we'll have to lay low, you know? Act like good people you got the opportunity to work as bodyguards for. And for that, none of you are fired. I'll keep in touch, so don't poke your nose where you shouldn't. And don't worry if the letters find you or not. We'll make sure they got to you in the best times. Bigwigs upstairs are just not having a good time with groups like us, even if we're nice and you know. A few more murmurs escaped some people before everyone looked to the man of the hour, very concerned.
As the gentleman's finishing his speech, Mr. Hands grimaces a bit as he goes into the pocket of his coat and pulls out a flimsy what appears to be a hand-rolled cigarette. He holds it over a candle to start to light it as the gentleman starts to sit down, takes a drag, and then looks over to the man who just gave his speech. So that's it. That's it. Law cracks down and we hide like rats or bend the knee to the heads of the house. After all we've done, this is it. Lay low.
I don't know all the details, but from what I hear, they're being a little biased towards some special groups. You know, Silverhand and all that stuff. They're being nicer to them just because they've been more intrinsically helpful, I guess, to them. Lending a hand with the Silverhand. For us, we've had some hiccups here and there, purposefully, but on their record, they don't very much like us as much compared to the others. He lowered his glasses, just swirling the drink inside.
Well, I guess in a universal way, it makes a bit of sense, but still hurts, V. Still hurts after all we've built up. But as he starts to take another puff of this flimsy cigarette that is starting to fall apart on the table, creating several ash stains on a very nice tablecloth, Mr. Hand looks up and says to his compatriot, "Well, feel most of these fools will." Mimicking to the rest of the people at the table, will be dead within a week once they get out and try and make a life for themselves. I guess I should tell you that I'm thinking about moving south, but given my reputation, I think it may be a bit hard for me to make it out of Blackright without making too much noise. I'm thinking about slipping out in the morning. You've got a new way for me to make a safe passage, at least out of the city?
I've got some gifts for everyone at the end. In the meantime, let's enjoy our meal. Be it as bitter as our departure, but as sweet as the chance we'll see each other again. Closures were removed as a bunch of people come in, and the family feast began. After a few...
Mr. Hand Oh, sorry, keep going. I was gonna say Mr. Hands finishes his flimsy cigarette and then chugs his entire drink in one gulp, grimacing as he winces it down.
Afterwards, the dishes were switched out for 2 new sets, smaller ones, with potential dessert underneath. Okay, all of you have some gifts, from me to all of you. Keep them close to your heart, lit them, and enjoy. Oh, and don't open the papers till you all get home. That is the important stuff. What seemed a little on the nose for you, getting some fruit trifle underneath. The bowl laid 3 other components for the other one. Rather ornate yet simplistic knife with a seal important to all of your comrades and yourself in the room. A small envelope, and a very, very nice pipe.
Are you trying to say my hands blowing skills aren't as top as they used to be? Well, anyway, I appreciate it. I appreciate the token. It's been a journey, but hopefully we can see each other again. Start to make my my departure now, if you don't mind.
Alright. See you later, Frankie. We'll definitely have a good time.
See you around. As Mr. Hands pushes himself up from the seat, grabs his token, which he puts into his trench coat, and hobbles as an orangutan on 2 legs out of the room, still casting cautious glazes around the rest of the members as if he's saying a mental final goodbye to his comrades here, and then he leaves the room.
Out of work, you now face one issue. The only way to get good, honest work was to apply to the government center to get the paperwork done. Even odd jobs had to be tracked in order. Not only that, they don't exactly know you, so you're kind of a little enigma. So that'll be a fun thing. And we were all done for that. Now we get to move on to our last person who will be playing. It's a beautiful day outside. The birds are singing, the flowers are blooming. And as you open the door, some birds scatter away. Your temporary quarters is very, very lovely, and today is your day. Seems to be about noon. No issue sleeping in on occasion, after all. Your stomach demands lunch currently, and as you're getting dressed, you can describe yourself.
So, out of the door walks Abby, a very finely dressed tiefling, probably dressed a bit above his station, to be frank. A beautiful brimmed hat with a large pluming feather that flutters in the breeze, a long maroon coat with a gold trim flowing behind him, a billowing white shirt that's buttoned far too down, to be honest, and a red sash around his thing that seems to have some rather out of place singed bullet holes in the end of it. He is long and thin and almost kind of floats with the breeze as he walks, in a sense, looking almost kind of, too frail, but yet agile enough to almost give you the kind of image of a borderline stick insect as he kind of saunters his way with a certain swagger in his step out of the doorway, a beaming smile on his face as he brushes his hair out the way of his eyes, ready to greet a new day in his adoring public.
Leaving the comfortable abode for now, you hear the sounds of people clamoring together. Some people chatter amongst, "Get away, damn birds!" as someone shooing away some from their stall, leaving a small trail of droppings and feathers. Seems like that's not the best place to go for a meal. However, there's plenty of other ones around. Some people serving just simple stews and some other things. Some people have a lot of interesting just stands powered with red-orange crystals giving off steam and heat. It's just a good assortment of meals. Good idea to pick, or you can look for some.
I would say Abby's more of a kind of, a light breakfast kind of guy. So just like, so if there's any like stands you're selling fruit or something like that, just like something sweet to start off the day.
So, there's not many. Most of it seems to be about meat and bread for your area. There's a couple of bakers who are selling like little pastries here and there, but they're a little expensive. But you come across someone who has a assortment of apples and plums for the most part. It's a bit early in the season to have some, but they seem to be dried for a couple of them on purpose for just selling for trail food. but they do seem a bit nice for the fresh plums.
Abby's gonna, give it a little bit of a scan to the plums, and when he sees like a nice and ripe one, he's gonna pick it up and with a smouldering smile, just kind of gaze towards the thing and go, "Oh, fresh plums out of season. You must be quite the forager."
The farmer man, he seems about in middle age, and he's a bit dirtied on the sleeves. And he looks down and just goes, "Ah, yes. We've been having some interesting seasonal shifts, you know. It's just been interesting in Passadia down south. Would you like one?"
I would love one. Do tell, the price.
A copper for 2, if you'd like. They're decent-sized plums. Normal, would fit in the palm of each.
You know what? I only really need the one, and for a rugged gentleman such as yourself, keep the change.
Oh!
And he flicks a gold coin towards the fruit seller.
Oh my gosh, sir. Thank you very much. Look, if you come
What
by
can I
again,
say?
and if you need breakfast, I'll give you another one next time on the house.
Oh, I do appreciate it, but believe me, it's a bit of a motto of mine, you know. Give it away, it soon finds its way back. Have a nice rest of your day, sir.
Thank you very much.
As Abby kind of takes a bit of a bow step back and begins to walk down the street, just biting into his plum.
All right. With a nice light meal in hand, the scent into the plum just going up to your nostrils. It smells fresh. It tastes fresh. It's nice and juicy, but it's not like annoying, so it drips all over your clothes. Your appetite's getting well, with your appetite getting sated a little bit, you can hear the sound of wood clattering everywhere and fruit falling behind you. These stalls seem to have collapsed, but people are calling help out for their assistance. With freak accents like that, it's lovely to have people to assist. As you walk in the area, panning your vision store to store, you come across a small brewers hopping with a few people already. Ah yes, the classic game of who can drink the most. One of the many ways to make fast friends, especially when they think you are paying. You can see from outside there's a nice man at the till, and just has an assortment of bottles already being stacked. It'd be a nice idea to get a drink if you'd like.
Abby takes a pause to kind of look at this brewery. Is now most definitely interested. He kind of turns around and looks at the kind of chaos unfurling in like the kind of the area behind him as like the birds scatter and the things collapse. And as he hears like a bit of a pinging noise, he's gonna hold out his open hand to his right and just start counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
As that happens, as soon as you're looking into the store, you hear a couple of pops here and there. Some of the barrels seem to be stretching out and suddenly bursting. Ale, mead, everything pooling out to just form one brown liquid, just pouring out into the streets. People are freaking out and there's havoc everywhere. And everyone was just like, oh my gosh. Some people are coming from the stalls just holding out whatever empty bottles they could just to get whatever they could in the street. So the shopkeepers coming out with the broom trying to shoo them away. Just everything's going all at once.
I'm going to look up to the sky, and I'm going to be looking for a bit of a glint of metal that I might be able to see falling.
Roll perception real quick.
I will indeed. Oh.
After about a couple seconds of double perception.
I got 2 eyes.
After a little bit, you can see out of your right eye that there's a faint golden glow atop one of the roofs that quickly seems to flutter in the wind afterwards, after you spot it. And it was on a very bright blue ceiling. And as it goes away, a couple roof tiles fall off and smack someone right in the head. They're okay though, more annoyed and surprised, but they're good. A lovely spring day.
I'm going to pick up a little rock, and I'm going to ping it towards that glint on the roof, knowing full well what's up there.
Okay, roll. What would be a good one? I guess to attack with dexterity, so d20 plus dex bonus.
D20 plus dex, no problem whatsoever.
Since it's a little rock, you're not trying to chuck a boulder. Oh boy.
Oh no, I'm gonna miss that. What am I
Okay.
gonna hit?
Let's see what
Hell
happens.
yeah.
I'm just gonna roll a couple things. Okay. So you chuck it up at the house, it barely nicks a window, it hits the windowsill, and it falls down, and you hear a loud yowling of a cat as it falls into a garbage bin, and it's chasing after some birds that were on the ground suddenly, and it slides into the alcohol and into the store, and now people have a freaking cat that's just screaming and yelling covered in booze in the alcohol store.
Abby kind of chuckles to himself and looks up at his coin on the roof and goes, "Well, guess I won't be getting you back. You've paid for yourself at this point." And in the chaos, I'm gonna try and just grab a bottle of something and just casually walk away.
Roll stealth with advantage.
Stealth or sleight of hand?
Whichever one you'd like. Which, it really doesn't matter. I'd say sleight
I'm
of hand.
gonna go with sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand with advantage. Ooh. You did grab kind of just whatever. It's a no-name bottle, but from the look of the inside, it's looks like a very okay wine. You might give it a couple days and probably taste a bit better, but other than that, it's just a light wine. It'll go well with your plum, though. Very nice fruit flavor for each.
No name's better than no bottle at all. And as he takes a swig, he's going to look at the plum he's also got in his hand. He goes, "Oh, I guess it's a very plum-themed day." And consider to saunter on down the street as even more chaos just erupts behind him.
Ah, lovely. So yeah, that's everyone so far. We don't know if we're gonna get guests or anything, I will say that. So, if you all don't mind, I am going to do a tiny thing here. Everyone knows the current goal, right? Get to the government center. Get
Get
paperwork.
followers for Bananicus.
You all have your
Yeah.
goals.
Get a resupply of beer? Hell yeah.
Oh, and kvass.
Gotta get that kvass.
Beer,
Gotta
cross,
get
everything.
kvass. And vodka.
Oh, excuse me. Ooh. So anyway, I assume you all make your way into town. For Borlas, you make your way in. There's very little checks and everything. It's like they just go, "You got any paperwork?" And as soon as you just show them like a bottle of alcohol or whatever, or blank papers, it's like, "Okay, go on in. We'll just keep an eye on you. Go straight to the center and ask for some assistance." And given Abby and not Gex, Banana. You know who I mean. Mr. Hands.
Somebody.
We're in town. They're already going in there because Mr. Hands got to lay low, be an upstanding citizen. And Abby just...
Bananic explicit hands.
Abby's with Abby.
Abby's just Abby, making his way in. Government Center does have some interesting things, and you can get a gauge on new people and such to mess around with if you want. And there's also Bananicus and Gex who are coming up from the port. It does take you a little bit, but the wagons are surprisingly fast to get to town, and just like Borlas, you quickly make your way in after you go through. And I assume you all meet up in the center.
Sounds about right.
Alright. So,
Yes, sir.
I'm good.
in the plaza, we'll start there, because the Blackright Government Plaza, I actually do have music for this.
Oh, music.
I just gotta check if it's okay to play.
Yeah.
Which denies
true.
it.
The internet police is about to come fuck you up, Yang.
I hope not. Anyway,
Well, if it's video game music, it's fine.
I can
it
sing it a
depends.
cappella if you need me to.
Ah, true.
Da-na-da-da, ba-da-bum-bum-bum.
I think that's the right command.
I will sing all the music a cappella for you. How about that?
Bum, 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 ba-da-bum, bum.
Anyway,
Bum, bum, ba-da-bum, bum.
as you make your way through the city, all of you realize there's a lot of green roofs. Like, everything has a green roof or a dark blue. It's very much thanks to the ores they mine up, and they like to decorate the roofs. And in the center is a large dome in the middle with 4 large hallways in the direct center of town. And there's people who are running around everywhere. You see a couple old people flying through the skies with wings on their arms that are harpies. You see a couple old people going through for checks and balances. There's a couple people bringing in various craft tools and everything else. But as you all go in through your respective sides, a couple people with clipboards look through and are taking glances, and they direct you to the center where you all can see each other. You're the only people coming through, but there's a couple in line already, and they look relatively boring. All 4 of you notice each other, and you're definitely the ones that stand out the most. After all, most people who are here are either human or a very bog-standard race. So, who would like to make the first jump while waiting in line? The center is a very, very large circle with office ladies collecting paperwork and signing people in.
Are we already in line, or do you need to like start to get in line here?
You need to start to get in line.
Oh, okay. Mr. Hands will be the first one to waddle over and get in line.
Alright, you see
Abby
Monkey.
is gonna smack the bottom of his bottle to get the last bit of alcohol out. He's just gonna fling it haphazardly in the air, and he's just gonna start walking past the line.
He's gonna start walking past the line. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, you hear it shatter, and immediately from above the second floor, there's like a loft area, you scream, "I just cleaned!" And you just see a owl like harpy just swoop down and just goes, and he's staring at you very grumpily. He's got a sort of a sanitation uniform with blue on him. And
How noticeable is this
As I
situation?
notice him
Very.
staring at me,
I
I'm
would
gonna
say
pivot-
very.
I'm gonna pivot round and going, and might I say your feathers would make a beautiful duster, madam. And I take a bow as I kind of like continue like pivot round and start walking again towards the front of the line.
As this is going on, Mr. Hands mumbles to himself, "What the hell?" before shouting, "Hey, back up the line, bum! Who are you, a prince?"
How could you tell?
Oh my gosh, roll deception.
You got it.
Yeah, just roll
Do I
deception.
need to... And do I need to roll anything?
I don't know. What would be a good thing to roll? Hold on. Check.
I imagine insight.
Insight,
Yeah.
insight, and perception,
Insight, yeah.
deception. Yeah, I don't know all the
Oh,
skills.
fuck.
I'm used to Pathfinder stuff.
Insights to read somebody's bullshit.
Yeah. So let's see how that goes. Oh.
Oh wait, hold on. It's not my setting. What's that setting again? Is it aggregate?
I think it should be in the top right.
Yeah, just go to the cog and it will be toggle option.
Is it
Read 'em.
advantage
Yeah.
toggle?
Yeah.
So advantage toggle.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, cool. So I think I didn't pass that one.
No. Yeah, he seems like royalty. Even though he's kind of twiggy and looks like he hasn't eaten a good meal in a while, he seems like royalty. Fancy hat, beautiful clothes. This guy probably is at least up there a little bit.
This guy
Mr.
fucks.
Exactly. And he has, definitely.
Mr. Hands waves him off. Fucking elitist.
Anyway.
Just continue
Whilst this is all going on,
front
Borlis is
line.
just watching from the background, just drinking like no beers, like these people crazy.
Like, are you just sitting on a bench?
As I'm walking to the front of the line, I am going to. Where is it? I am going to use thaumaturgy to make my voice incredibly loud,
Oh my gosh.
and I'm just gonna go. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Walking through. Beauty before age, age before beauty. Whether you're pretty or older than me, whichever one fits.
So there's like 6
is-
people or so in line, including Mr. Hands, and they're extremely pissed off. Like, one guy is like about to go for his club. It's like, not today, not today, not today.
Mr. Hands semi shouts, "Can someone slap this fella?"
Actually,
And then someone, he's gonna turn around and just goes, "Oh, please do."
what's your AC?
My AC is 13.
Okay, so immediately you see this lady with pursed lips with like slightly grayish skin lean over the counter and just backhand you. Like, just randomly.
Oh, I appreciate you, miss.
Nobody saw that.
You take 4 damage. Freaking, she has strong backhand, and actually, yes, I'm not kidding, this character is a monk. She looks down and is
Abby's
wearing like
whole face like. Abby's whole face just like flips to the side. He turns around and he's got like a bit of blood trickling from his nose and goes, "Oh please, sir, have you got any more?"
she looks down, she's wearing a robe, and she just goes, I want vibe back of the line, or you will be escorted out. And not in the way you like. No.
You don't know what I like. And may I offer you? May
No.
I offer you some kind of trade?
No.
You don't know what I have to trade.
I don't accept bribes or trades in this line of work.
It's
Back
not a
of the
bribe.
line.
It's a business transaction.
I do transactions my way to the rules, sir. Away. Back.
What? I'm very interested in what your way is.
And follow the rules.
Abby kind of salutes. Yes, ma'am. And he's gonna start walking towards the back. And as he does so,
Meanwhile, in the back of the line, more of this is just watching all this stuff go on. But by the way, I forgot that I introduced like actually who it looks like.
Yeah.
Borderlands is a semi. I forgot to actually introduce him during that stuff. So anyway,
That's okay.
Borderlands is a slender, slim body of like green scales of various shades of green. He wears a tracksuit of Adidas of 3 stripes running down his body, like from the sides. And he also wears a Ushanka, which is basically one of those fur hats you see in Russia. And he wears a dagger proudly on his waist while keeping the rest of his belongings in a backpack, which also he has 3 stripes on, which it looks like he probably paid them on. So there's like 3 stripes everywhere, but like the backpack says just painted on like white paint or something.
Yeah. So, as you do the walk of shame back to the back of the line, you see
it is not with any kind of shame, and as I do so, I'm going to use thaumaturgy once more to create an incredibly loud fart noise for as she's standing.
Ah! Immediately,
Fart
one of the
noise
office
3,
ladies just goes,
MP3.
whoops, was me. Don't worry. Jeez, doesn't agree with me. Like, this was a different office lady, and she's on the other side. Anyway, so immediately back of the line, you see a nice gentleman with sort of blue feathers along his arms, and he's wearing a sort of postal uniform with a cloak on him, and he just sort of pats Abby's back. Ah! Hassan never likes anyone. You're all good, sir. And he's is bringing up a couple letters.
Stand and deliver.
Ah, you got me. Anyway, don't worry about her. She's good. She's good. She's good. She does her work. She's a little bit cranky if people don't listen. But other than that, she's nice. Oh, and don't make anyone angry. Everyone's a little bit trained here, except for me. I'm new to the job. Duke, I'm mail delivery.
Wow, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, but I do have to warn you, not making people angry is not one of my strong suits.
Ah, you'll be great for shakedowns and everything for those kinds of missions if you want to do merc work. Or, if you really want to,
you have
it could
me
be an
confused.
entertaining day.
I don't want to work. I just want to do something interesting.
Ah, one of those. Don't want to work, but have to work.
Yes.
Trust me, if I was you, I'd be all day sitting in the bar.
Believe me, I often am. I don't intend to do any work whatsoever, being upfront with you. I am a prince, after all.
Roll deception.
I will.
Oh my gosh, dude.
And these
Kind of
people are
hard to
very
convince them
believable.
when my note.
Yeah, and my name's Duke. I just wish it was true. But for you, is your name Prince?
Duke.
He kind of laugh caws at you as he pats his back with your feather.
I'm Abby. I'm Prince of the Trash Bit. King
That's
of garbage, if you will.
a new one. Is that what they're calling you down the Underdark or something?
Certainly looks the part.
What's the proximity between Mr. Hands, Abby, and Borliz and the line here? Like how
Like, it
many
goes-
people separate the three?
There's just
if
you
Mr.
three
Hands-
all in a row, and Duke's kind of just on the
Oh,
side of
no.
Abby.
So literally, we're back to back to back.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question here.
Where's Gix,
And I
actually?
don't know,
Well, Gix is not having, never seen this many people in one place at the same time is a bit taken aback, but yeah, he's just trying to get in line and take in everything that's going on.
Just
Okay.
pan the camera down, and you see him like between like some other people.
Yeah, let's just say
we're
you're
trying
between
to not get
Borliz and Abby
stepped
right now.
my question is, how long has Borliz been drinking for, and does Borliz naturally smell like alcohol?
How many have you
Yes,
had,
I
actually?
Yes.
Should I roll perception to see if I can smell if Borliz is like drunk or not? Is
I
that a
don't
roll
think
I
he
can
can be
make?
drunk. I think he just drinks.
If anything, he's probably pretty buzzed right now. But, like, he's not gonna probably get any more drunk than this. Let's buy some more hard shit. But you definitely probably smell at least a weird sense of alcoholism coming from him. Like not like it's anything like weird. It's just more so like the smell. Like whatever beer he has is like different from this place.
Yeah, it doesn't smell stale.
as-
It definitely smells like alcohol, but it's one that you've never had. I'll just give it to you.
He's
As
basically he's
Mr.
European.
Hands, got it. As Mr. Hands picks up on that scent, he nudges the lizard next to him and says, "Oh, hey there, stranger. Do you have any of the special sauce on you? I couldn't help but notice that peculiar smell on you."
Oh, you're talking about this as he like shakes like his bottle.
If you wouldn't mind, I'd love a sip of that since we're standing in line together.
Oh, wait, as he pulls out another one of the a bottle out of his
Oh
bag.
my god.
We need to go
Oh.
from a comrade to another comrade. I
As
sense you have a great taste in alcohol.
Mr. Hands graciously takes the bottle. What's your name, stranger?
The name's Borliz. I come from, you know where Newfield is? The cold place up north.
Do you?
That is a good question.
What's a good thing to roll? I think.
History?
Not
Would it
history.
be history?
I guess not
I think history probably.
history or
religion?
nature. Yeah, history.
Okay, let's do history.
Would you roll?
But do I know of a cold place? Or
You do. Nerfle is a relatively close continent to Iriak. It's one, if not the biggest of the continents, if you don't count the big nudge in line near Soral. So Nerfle is really good, and it is extremely cold, being very far north for most of it.
Well, can't say that I've ever been there, but I definitely know of the colder places up north. I can't imagine why anyone would want to live there. It's just too cold for my likings. As
You
Mr.
live up
Hands
there,
takes-
you grow nice and strong.
Buff
you
lizard is
certainly
buff.
look the you certainly look the strong type. I can assure you that.
Strong in heart and strong in muscle.
Uh, I'd like to test that someday. Did you know that we're in the presence of royalty?
Roll deception
Roll
and
deception.
insight.
Abby leans in, and he goes, "Yes, I'm actually from Newfield myself."
Oh my gosh!
Okay, first roll for me. Come on.
Oh my gosh!
Come on.
Yeah.
Damn
Okay.
it.
So, Mr. Hands, yeah, you help Abby just immediately tell Borliz, yeah, this guy is royalty. And Borliz, you know some of the czars and some other lords in the area, and you know some history about them. But, like, this is some weird royalty for you, but it's definitely royal. And meanwhile, Gix, like, this isn't royalty.
Yeah, this is bullshit. This fucking twig.
Look at the weird.
Well,
like,
Royalty
going
is
on
usually
over the-
strong for Gix.
Can I see, is there any kind of label on Borlis's bottle?
Is there any label?
It's just a brown bottle with like a weird liquid.
Bottled himself, I guess.
No kind of label or anything.
Or if anything, if it written on it is like a piece of like paper that says magic Slav juice.
Magic Slav juice.
Yep.
Yeah, Abby leans
Slav.
in and goes, "Yeah, I'm actually from Neufville myself.
Oh my
I'm part
God.
of I'm part of the Slav juice family."
Oh, really now? Well, then what kind of alcohol is this made of?
Can I
Yeah, no, that's
please
bullshit.
roll
Yeah.
a? Can I please? Well, I haven't actually rolled a deception because, well, he already believes me, but I'm gonna roll anyway just to see if I can contest.
Yeah, keep trying, and then Borla's roll insight again.
So this is my deception against Gix's just general insight.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh no.
I'm not fooling anyone.
Yeah.
Say what you're gonna say.
Borla's.
Before I lie against Borla's, against what's in his alcohol, can I please roll some kind of like an insight check to see if I can tell, like, just from general smell, if I can, because I've drunk a fair amount. I want to see whether it would be, insight or medicine or whatever.
I would
wanna see if
suggest
can identify any kind of ingredient.
Investigation just for this because it's not trying to like detect if there's anything, but investigation is just like
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
investigation. Borla's, what's in the booze?
Okay, have I?
Not like exact ingredients, just what kind is it?
It's basically this rye bread, grapes, and hint of lemon.
So Abby just kind of takes a look at the thing and takes a sniff and goes, "Well, quite clearly this is a rye-based beverage. I would say kind of somewhat of a wine-type execution in terms of grapes and notes of citrus in there. Quite common around certain parts of especially in the colder regions of Neufville, if I'm not mistaken."
Wow, look at him! The prince knows big words!
He shakes his bottle a little bit before giving it another swig. That is correct, my good sir. You must be from part of that. I have not heard about that family, but hey, new people, new comrades. As he pulls out another bottle and hands it to you.
Oh my gosh.
Abby happily takes it and goes, "What can I say? My family has been on a hard time. I'm the last of my lineage."
Meanwhile, Duke's just watching, just laughing. He's like, anyway, I got work to do. You all seem fun. If you ever need any letters delivered, ask for me. I'm pretty fast.
And as he pulls out one more bottle, he just yeets it over to the bird.
Are you actually throwing it at him?
I'm giving him a bit of a toss, yeah, like a casual. Like,
Oh my gosh! He fumbles and drops it, and the one harpy that was already cleaning up just goes, "Damn it!"
Hey, he did not catch it. I threw it at him. I tossed it at him.
You have an incredibly lackadaisical approach to alcohol. I like that in a person.
Duke's just shuffling away before just flying down the hall.
Well, it's evening time somewhere in this world. Might as well enjoy it.
Anyway, as y'all are back there, the lady at the front of the desk goes, "Next!" And next up is Mr. Hands.
Mr. Hands waddles over to the desk, throws his arms onto the counter to cross them, and as he pulls himself up, he leans in and says, "Hello there, my good man. I'm looking to become an upstanding citizen. Can you help me with that?"
The lady who you got a little bit of a look at earlier slapping the dude, she has very, very gray, dead fish-like skin and pursed lips. Anything to scare away would-be thieves or ne'er-do-wells of the area. And as she moves some things aside to get a better look at you, because you're kind of small, but not like super small compared to the desk, she looks down and goes, "Upstanding citizen," with sort of a hiss at the end of it, too.
Abby's going to lean over to Borliz and go, "If he wants to be upstanding, he might want to start by not walking on his knuckles."
Oh my gosh.
Well, it looks like he's standing on his hands right there. I don't know what you're talking about.
Would you want to try to hear that and react, or...?
Maybe
I was
that's what I
gonna
call
say,
Mr.
can I roll
Hands.
deception?
Oh, one at a time.
Quietly. Just as a heads up, I'm not like whispering it.
Perception. Yeah, you hear that.
Oh, Boros is not too shits about deception or nothing. I'm saying that.
Yeah, you hear what Abby
Yeah, we
says.
just saying it. We're not even trying to hide it.
Excuse me, Mr. Prince. I didn't even catch where you said you were from. What was that lineage you said you came from?
I am a proud member of the Slavgis family.
And where is the Slavges family from?
Neurofil, as I mentioned before. My friend
Oh,
here,
my apologies.
Bolts, can vouch for me.
I apologize, miss. I forgot to mention I'm traveling with the two kings of Nerfville here. Yeah, I'll put it in other words here. Let me help you explain. I'm a bit of a stranger in this city, if you will, and I'm trying to make my way back home down southward. Do you have anything that could help me pick up a trail or at least hitch a ride to help me find my way back home, and maybe I can become an upstanding citizen, a good person down there, if you will?
Well, I was looking for my cousin because we're going down south to go back to the Grunian Islands, so to go meet.
Yo!
Well, that's where I came from.
You can wait your turn, mister.
If
I'm
you are all
talking to the
traveling
lady.
together, you can all speak together.
Well, as Mr. Hands turns around, I don't mind traveling with my new friend Boles here. I may charge the Prince of Nerfil if he wants to accompany us. You know, I charge a bit extra to protect royalty.
By the way, he's not royalty. He's like a fancy-looking bum.
Oh, are we talking about Gix? Or are we talking about
Bullshit the whole time.
No, Abby,
that's
like,
right,
Gix
Abby.
is speaking up.
Gix is just
Oh.
below eye level, so none of us noticed.
He's just tiny near you all.
Chat.
Gix is just
So,
here.
if it
Yeah,
makes it easier,
pretty much.
sure, we're traveling together.
Calling him out.
Okay.
All of his bullshit.
So, we'll have to do a couple of things for signups. If you are all doing travel, have to do initiation, because if you have no other bodyguards, you'll have to protect yourselves.
See, that's the thing. We are the bodyguards.
You're your own
I have-
bodyguards, or you are bodyguards.
I mean, I did
I-
handle shit up there,
Wait.
yes.
I mean, I did help protect the ship on the way over here.
Are you traveling on your own?
Nope. I'm always with Bananicus, the great and powerful.
Okay, so it is Jim. Anyway,
Yeah, just
Actually
us,
came
just
in a
us.
royal
us.
Yeah,
procession. Unfortunately, all
He's
of them
just
died in an
presenting the
unfortunate
banana.
scuba diving accident.
she's rolling against your... Yeah, roll deception.
You got it.
Has scuba-
Like, this is gonna be a
has scuba
pattern.
diving been
I'm
invented in
gonna
this
roll history to
volume?
see if I even know what scuba diving is.
Mm-mm. All you know is that sometimes people would just hold their breath for a while and hopefully not drown.
11, probably the same thing.
You understand a little bit more. It's like, up there's like little helmets people can wear for a short time that are non-magical because Nerful just does that, and it's like, it gives them like a minute of air, like a little diving bell like helmet.
It's an acronym, don't you know? It stands for super cool underwater breathing.
Ah, yeah, I don't know
And
shit
the
about
A.
that. I usually just hold my breath for like 15 minutes at a time.
And you're halfway there already.
Anyway,
Ah,
if you are
that's much.
going to go on this alone, we'll have to get someone specific. Is that okay?
Could someone specific be the Prince of Nerfil right here with us?
No, but
That's
he's
a-
very powerful here.
Is he
more
cute?
more comrades for us to enjoy. I need to make more cloths, but
Is
hey,
he
we can get more
interested in spreading
going.
the word of a great and powerful being?
He's not aligned with any. Anyway, she flips through a couple of pieces of paper and
Still
folders on her desk, shuffling through documents haphazardly, unearthing a small red crystal trapped in a cage, and she pushes a button, and it lights up into a dark blue. Rush meat, wait here, wait for the quartermaster. And let me just get the music ready.
Mr. Hands chuckles, meat, as he turns around to Abby. You hear that? Meat.
I can
Double
use some
check.
meat.
What can I say? I am a fan of meat.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
You give it time, I'll cook some good shit up. By the way, I'm a cook.
You're a cock?
I cook.
I'm somewhat of a cock myself.
I make good stuff with food.
My...
Oh,
I'll show you later when we later times.
Okay. So,
Sounds fabulous, my good friend.
let me get down to the point. Immediately, from upstairs, you hear the sound of metal boots stomping down the stairs, and around you, you can see the two spiral staircases kind of swirling around. A hulking mass of a person just marches down each step, the sheer discipline emanating off of him. This man has sheer business written all over him, and is making his way towards you. Deep black and purple armor marching towards you, with two heavy maces at his hips. He's standing at attention, looking at the lot of you. Good morning. I'm Jack Barnabas, quartermaster of the military for Blackright and several other positions. Asa, just 4? She nods and places the files back onto her desk before handing him a couple of new ones. He looks through a couple of them and...
How many positions are we talking?
It's just you 4.
No, how many positions are we talking? He said he knows many.
For what?
He just said he's a master of several positions.
Oh, quartermaster. He's quartermaster of the military.
Fantastic.
I don't think he means that kind of position, my comrade.
Right, you all. Please come with me to one of the meeting rooms. It'll be simple for now, but we will be issuing temporary files as we are renewing our systems. I hope you do realize that this will allow for work in other places if you so desire. This would just be to give you certain work for everything. Especially with your people, and he's eyeing a couple of you with weapons already. Especially you. He looks at Borlas and he's eyeing up his outfit. Interesting. Anyway, please follow
This is
me.
kind of a little bit like, well, what is it? Kind of pose like, well, what is it? This Dark Souls 1 poses.
Anyone?
As this is Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, as if this happening, Borlas looks over to Abby and mutters, "Did we just get drafted?"
You mean, not Borlas.
It wouldn't be the first time for me.
Oh,
Not Borlas. You meant Mr. Hands.
Splitting up a characters.
yeah.
This is not a draft. It's just to give you the free, the freedom of traveling alone. Because we have to make sure that anyone traveling too far is at least armed and knows how to wield a weapon. We'll be doing initiation for this case because we were trying to make everyone renowned a little bit. Besides, who would like to have a good place to work without having issues with employers?
No. Sounds good.
I can
probably
hold
find
my own in the
closest
fight. You
data.
don't have to worry.
We do, sadly. We've had some incidents the last year.
Banana
I once
destroys
fought
all
500 men
enemies.
at the same time and came out victorious.
I'm sorry, what?
I once fought
Rolling
500
inside again.
men at the same time.
Roll insight. Okay.
For some reason, I believe you.
Roll deception real quick. Okay. Jack pats her back.
Yeah, just barely past that shit.
Yeah, Borlas, you know he's talking shit at this point. It's like, there's some things that seemed true earlier, but now it's like, okay, a man telling too many tales of his wonder is a little bit too much.
I have one more test for him, but I'll do it later.
Jack pats Abby's back and brings it up. Oh, we'll get along swimmingly. I can tell you all of my stories in the wars. But anyway.
Let's just go on a big break after being petted.
No. Like, it's a nice, soft pat. It's still metal, so it's like a little bit of force, but it's not gonna sting or make any wounds.
I'm not frail, I'm just not very muscular.
Yeah. It's like,
For Skeleton Man.
it's Glass Joe, basically.
No, like I can take a hit. I just can't throw a punch. That's all it is.
Just can't throw a punch or take 2 hits.
Anyway,
The most anime of punches, and yet it doesn't even do nothing. It's literally just like, just barely taps something.
anyway, shall we all go upstairs?
Lead the way.
Lead the way, my good man.
Alright.
Bring us to this place of we need to go.
The absolute unit of a man brings you upstairs, across the curved stairway, bringing you to the second floor. Hallways upon hallways in each cardinal directions, but he brings you to one of the doorways on the curves, opening the door and waiting for you all to go in. The room was a beautiful seafoam green with exquisite lacquered table and some tea snacks in a bowl, a few biscuits with jam in them surrounded by soft couches, and a few side tables with various flowers and herbs in vases. Would anyone care for some lavender tea?
Before that, where's the highest vantage point that Border can climb on?
There's a bookshelf, but it's a little bit tight to the ceiling.
Is there anything that's like close enough that I can probably do my thing?
There's a nice side table near the tees, I will say.
He's just gonna go to the table and he's gonna squat on top of the table. Heels down, of course.
Jacques kind of just gives you a look and just goes, "Alright.
Look, this is how I sit.
Who am I to deny someone their proper sitting? Anyway."
It's part of our culture in Nurgle, you see.
Really now, take a squat with me then. As he awaits how you squat.
Can I roll perception? Because metagaming, I know that a slab squat is heels on the floor, but I don't think Abby would know that, so I want to roll a perception or an investigation, whichever you would prefer, to basically see how Ballis is squatting to try and mimic it.
I'm going to have you roll 3 things. Investigation.
Okay.
Then you're going to roll dexterity. And you're going to have to roll... What is it? What's that one skill?
Rollins?
Investigation, dexterity... No, wrong order. Investigation, history, dexterity. That's the order.
History. I have to know the history of squatting.
Yes, you have to know the elusive history of squatting.
You got to know the history of the squat, I could say.
It's important, comrade.
So investigation,
I'm gonna
history,
investigate
dexterity.
him.
Yes.
Sorry, my rolls take a little time to come through. Give it a second.
That's okay.
It's time to do some squats.
And then history as well.
Okay.
History.
Oh no. And then dexterity.
Oh yeah.
Dexterity.
Okay.
So, wait. Abby's going to look Ballis up and down.
Mm-hmm.
And go... Can I tell you something, my good man?
Go on. Tell me a squat form then.
No. This is rather important. I need you to know this. Look, I need your full attention for this.
Oh my gosh.
He leans his body still in squat position towards him.
I have lied about everything I've said to you since we've met.
Oh my gosh!
Comrade, why'd you lie to me?
Honestly, I thought it was funny. I still kind of do.
Oh my god!
You do make a good drink, though. I'll give you that much.
Please at least try the test. I want to try and see how good you are at this. Ladies.
I've already drunk some. I thought it was very
No,
good.
I think he means the squatting, right?
You have to pass my squat test.
We will start the squat test now.
Okay.
Begin.
Okay.
Begin the
I have
squat.
to try it again. Okay, we're gonna go for round 2.
Okay. So now you have to actually try and squat.
Okay.
You get a slightly better idea of it. And okay. So you need to be extremely good and flexible as heck to be able to squat properly. You know that. Because the minute...
Quite flexible.
Yeah. The minute if you were to put your heels up or not be able to put them down all the way, you'd be thrown out in most places. So where do you squat is the question.
I've noted. So obviously, Ballis has climbed up on some kind of object. Is there anything like very flat in the room? Is what I want to see. That's like slightly elevated.
There's the... What is it? The coffee table with the tea snacks on it. And Jack's just kind of sitting down. And he has a teacup in his hand. Fully armored dude just looking at you all with the teacup and saucer. And he's just letting you all get comfortable.
Do humor me for a moment, gentlemen. And I'm going to hop up on the table and I'm going to squat.
Okay. Roll Dex one last time. This will be for how well you squat, because the first one was actually being able to get onto the thing. You can get on it. Immediately, it feels like your leggings are much more giving. Like you were unable to ever stretch before, but with a few movements of actually squatting down fully, you manage to keep your heels flat, your hands between your legs and resting up on your knees. And you pull out the alcohol, and it seems like you would fit right in if you were to wear similar clothes to poor Liz.
Big swig. I take a big swig.
The freaking squat
As he
is
clanks
achieved.
your beer.
This is the most immaculate squat of all time.
Like, this is a really good squat. Like, this guy, he just needed to look, and he learned perfectly.
1 down, 2 to go.
Oh no! I like how everyone except Mr. Hands is trying to get people into a cult.
Right, I'm now gonna try. I'm gonna just try and do like a kind of half, like, kind of flip, half kind of backwards cartwheel onto the sofa, and grab myself a biscuit.
Roll dex again, and then sleight of hand.
No, I'm not trying to like sneak a biscuit. There's stuff on
No,
the table.
sleight of hand because you're trying to catch it when you're flipping.
Or maybe acrobatics.
No.
Acrobatics,
I'm
yeah,
just
acrobatics.
going backwards onto the sofa, and when I'm on the sofa, I'm just reaching out and grabbing one.
Okay. So
I'm
you,
not trying to do anything fast with biscuit grabbing.
so you're just getting up and getting off the sofa. Okay. Okay. So you do kind of not stick the landing perfectly, but you do manage to get a biscuit. You kind of adjust yourself to make it be like, ha, first try. But even then. Anyway.
Oh, wasn't that fun?
Anyway, are you two all good? He looks at Mr. Hands and Gix. Would you like some lavender tea, or is that all good?
You know what? Free tea. I'm not gonna say no.
All right.
I'll pass that, friend. Thank you.
Okay. So he goes to the teapot, and it has a little red gem on top of it, and he pours in some more lavender, and immediately it starts heating up, and you hear the little whistle as he pours you a glass and hands it over. Anyway, he takes a sip of the tea, he just opens up his helmet, there's nothing but darkness inside, and just tosses in the tea, and then closes it again. For now.
Nice. Giggs keeps Bananicus like right below his teacup all the time to keep the tea warm.
Self-heating.
Yes.
With a flick of the
Just
wrist,
Slowly heat it up.
Jack produces a small set of spectacles and places them on the visor. Are we all good? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Now then, he sits casually and reads along the paper strip. Alright, everyone, I would like you to fill out some names. You just sign here. The contract is just a simple, you agree to the means of tests, opportunities, and that you'll not be aligned with the government or anything, but if you are needed, you will be occasionally asked to join, but not forced to join in some activities, but even then, it will pay like usual. You won't be like a militia or anything. It's more like vigilante or whatever, and odd jobs. And
Sounds perfect.
any other side work you will be able to do, like if you're just working at a normal store or just kind of doing odd jobs, you're okay to do that, like personal requests or whatever. And you will be allowed to get any personal requests and tasks from the government. Because the Blackright Government Center is aligned with basically anything that asks for jobs. Like, if you need a place of business, you need to go there first.
Now, what about in terms of supplies? Because I'm going to start to need these more alive sooner or later.
So, supplies, we do have the Munitions Expo, and later this year we will have a situation for making it so everyone has a good amount of people at their disposal to ask for more personal commissions, such as if you need a weapon reforged or recreated, or if you need some medicine or similar. I assume by all of you, you're decently armed for the time being, so we don't have to worry about that. Alright.
So splashes his little cooking dagger onto it on his belt or his waist. Basically, he's like, "Yeah, I might be able to
Absolutely.
hold myself."
Giggs raises Bananicus like a club. I'm always well armed.
Okay. And you two?
I'm all set.
Abby opens his coat slightly, and you can see there's a big cutlass in there. He then kind of winks and closes his coat.
Ah, beautiful. While I am more of a man of blunt weaponry, swords and blades are very nice for anyone that needs to have them. Keep them sharpened as you will your mind.
How does the moonlight cut the meat then?
Exactly.
In the onions, in the bay leaf.
Anyway,
You don't cut bay leaves.
Not on my way, you
Why?
don't.
Why are you cutting bay leaves?
Look, I don't
Why,
tell you how
you're
to.
not
I don't tell you how
cutting
to cook. You don't tell me how to cook.
Okay.
He can cut. I mean, he can cut them if he wants to.
So, if you all would like to, he hands out 4 papers and 4 little cards. I just have like a line for your name for the cards, and the paper has just the details, just what I said earlier. Like, you're not going to be forced to do anything you don't want to. You're basically signing up to be able to work. It's kind of like a license. These will be temporary slips. We'll print out something later with the blacksmiths. You'll have very nice tags, and you will be able to customize them to a degree.
Well, as long as I can get my desired wishes over, I can actually do this, and I'll just. He'll sign his name cursively with a nice little big old B on it.
I have a question. So, if I were to try and show people the one true way of the flaming banana, and start myself a new church, how am I going to go about doing that?
You will come back to us later on that. We're still deciding on some things, but that will bring me to a next area for offering 3 jobs for initiation. And you all sign the work and hand them back to him?
Yes.
Yep.
has
Mr.
been
Hands
signed.
simply initials FH before handing it back.
Okay. And FF, you good?
Abby's kind of like leaning back on the sofa and he goes, "Quick question.
Yes.
What happens if I get bored and leave?"
What do you mean? As in bored and leave the city, or bored and leave the continent?
Honestly, all of the above. Bored and leave this realm of existence if I feel like it.
He gives a chuckle and just looks at you. Don't worry, if you are not in contact, there will definitely be people to fill the place as needed. Like I said, this is not an obligation. You are just being allowed to work on our continent. This does include the other islands, Lesser Moss Plateau, and the other ones. There are plenty of other small ones that have points of business and intrigue. So, you'll just be clear to work everywhere. Word travels fast for us, anyway. This does not apply to anywhere else. Like, if we have a business that is branched overseas, you do not have to worry there.
Huh. Duly noted. And Abby signs his name. His handwriting is absolutely beautiful. And after he's done signing his name, he spits in his hand and hands it out and holds it out for a handshake.
He takes a little tea cozy and just kind of rubs it first, and he goes, "Thank you very much. Good penmanship, good. Alright, everyone's good."
Giggs scrawls out his name in very crude letters and then leaves behind like a small little burn mark by the end with Bananicus.
I assume this is for your companion with
Is
you?
that not going to ignite the entire thing?
He pinches the singe so it stops smoldering. It's like, okay. So to break the ice, seeing as you all are fighting fit, I have 3 potential tasks, as spoken of before. There will be 3 of them, and he pulls out 3 small sheets of paper. One says, "Destroyed church to a forgotten deity." The other says, "Decrepit house." And the other one has "Bleak marketplace." Which one would you all want to look at first? This is not saying that you're going to actually go yet.
Borlis is going to be interested in the marketplace and see if, read information if it any more, supplies or anything like that, because he wants to get supplies. Whether or not it's free.
What were the other options? Was it townhouse and what else?
Decrepit house and destroys church to a forgotten deity.
Giggs is gonna be a bit interested in the destroyed church. Maybe he could repurpose it for a certain other deity.
I think Mr. Hins will join Wordlers in the marketplace to see if he can pick up wind on any word or any traders that could be potentially headed south that he could tack onto. So he'll join Wordlers in the marketplace.
He does look at you all. It's like, I'm only offering these to all of you. This is going to be a thing I have to do later. Like, there were 5 earlier today, but 2 other groups have picked them up. So, just to be fair to everyone who's initiating. And just to be aware, you don't have any...
Solution. I may have a solution.
What's the solution you have?
Abby's going to take out one of the little knives he has. He's going to hold it above the map. He's going to toss it in the air. And he's going to see where it lands.
He's gonna toss the knife over the air.
Just like a foot in the air, and it's gonna come down, and wherever it lands, wherever this lands, we're gonna go.
Is
But would
everyone
they
okay with
flip in a
that?
Coin?
What's the plan?
Sounds alright.
He's going to throw a knife into the air, and whichever one it lands nearest or on, it will be where you all go.
Why not?
You know what? I don't really need my surprise right now, but if any case, we can just do whatever we want with that.
It's as good a way as any.
Okay,
It could be
That'll go.
interesting. Bring in the fun of it.
I'm going
I
to
love
say
democracy.
roll 1d100 and then roll 1d20. And if anyone wants to get out of the way just in case, do so now. Of course he gets 69!
69.
Of course you get
Hell yeah.
69.
Epic.
Okay.
I don't think
Epic
Jack even see
gamer
it. By the way,
number.
we've rolled a fucking 69.
They
Epic
can't see
gamer
it.
number.
But they got a 69. Okay. So does anyone dare get out of the way? Because Jack is just not moving. And just so you know, that's his
He's
name.
gonna believe in the power of Bananicus.
You're gonna believe the power of Bananicus.
I just want to see what
Yes.
happens. So I'm not gonna even move.
Okay.
待ってたぞ遊ぼう遊ぼう
Thank you, whomever. I need to turn that off, but whatever. Anyway, so as you tossed up the knife, it spins a little bit in the air over the table. Like, it seems like it's hesitating a moment before immediately falling down, and it gets jabbed right in between one of them in the paper, and it lands on the bleak marketplace. Wait.
Hey, it was destiny.
So, he looks down and goes, that one's a more personal ordeal. You see, one of the shopkeepers in Ikal's Landing has been missing her kids. That wouldn't be a big deal, they normally run off hold for half the day, but it's been more than a few currently. If you want to investigate this, that's fine by us. And if you do talk to her, her name's Maru. She comes from Saral and runs a general store named Tanuki Trio Traders. You may have seen it on the way. There was a small statue out front that a few people find particular. Is that okay? Does anyone wish to go through the other ones?
And a surprise this person have inquired.
Everything, to say the least. Trust me, she's got some interesting things for sale. If you can dig through her shop, that is. It's an organized mess.
Sounds like a fun, chaotic time. I'm in.
Okay. So, if that will be all, he rolls up the paper and hands it over. It just says a basic info. Reward, 50 e-gold per person. Stuff like that.
50 what? It's 50 eagle.
50 gold per person.
Thought I heard eagle. I don't know why.
No, not eagle. Anyway.
50 eagles, yeah.
We got 50 eagles.
If you do
50
need...
eagles, that's a lot of eagles.
Whether or not they're alive or dead, we'll find out later.
That is the second most amount of eagles I would have seen.
Meanwhile, you see
That's
another
the third
harpy.
most amount of birds I've seen in one place at the same time.
If you're talking about our messenger
I would say
eagles...
What was that, sorry?
Fourth biggest amount of birds.
If you're talking about the messenger eagles, those cost a lot. Anyway, if you need provisions, the provisions corner will be good. It's by the old shop. Not old shop,
Well,
by
if you're
the...
giving us that many of those eagles, we're gonna be rich.
It's 50 gold, sir.
If it costs it. Oh, okay, sorry. Guess
Anyway,
we just all misheard.
if that will be all, I hope you have a nice day, and if you have any trouble, report to the front desk. And if you have issues with Hasa, our one secretary, go for the dwarf. She is much more her kind, and she loves this place.
I would imagine we need to do this as soon as possible because of kids, I would assume.
Please do, otherwise Maru would get very testy and she would search for them herself, and we have seen what she's done. Never get between a mother and her kids.
I can tell between a babushka and the rolling pin. You do not want to get between that shit.
Rolling history just to see if he knows what a babushka is. He goes, yes, my mother had a wooden spoon, by the way. Much quicker than a rolling pin, but stings all the same.
it gets more damage with the rolling pin, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
a
the
bit
same
less
thing.
force with the wooden spoon.
Kind of a strength versus dexterity weapon type.
Are we making the babushka class right here, right now?
Hell
Yes.
yeah.
Maybe later.
Cleric babushka domain.
It's just like hags, but they're just grandmas. Like you can bore people to
what else
death.
are they
Regional
supposed to
hag
be?
variant. Regional hag variant.
Anyway, you all leave and go to this one place you talked about.
We're
Where...
already getting more nerful law.
Can I give a quick glance around the room and see if I can see anything shiny and out in the open?
Roll perception.
You got it, boss.
Do I notice anyone being a kleptomaniac?
Well, he's not doing anything yet.
Never
He's
said
just
I was-
looking around.
Not yet.
The key point of interest that you can see would be like a couple of shiny things. Like the furniture is very nice polished wood, and the table's pretty good too. The bowl full of the cookies and the biscuits for tea snacks would be a nice shiny wood, similar to the thing. But the two things that pop out are a couple of knickknacks on the bookshelf that are just some random bits and bobs, like clay pot with some nice glaze. But the teapot Jack was using seems very beautiful and ornate.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Anyway, I hope you all have a good luck and report back as soon as possible.
You don't need luck
Never.
sometimes. You got skill.
We'll try our best.
So, what shall you do next?
Well, considering it's
Uh,
gonna be kids, I would imagine we probably want to head over there pretty soon.
Can we take a quick 2-minute pause here? I gotta run to the bathroom.
Yeah,
and-
sure.
And be
Let me
right
just
back.
stop
but-
the music
I-
real quick.
Cool.
I'm gonna go
Thank
to
you for
the
pausing.
bathroom then.
Yeah, let's all take a little short break. Don't
Ye-
pester the chat.
Now, chat.
No,
Hey, chat, how you doing? Time to
no.
get pestered.
Hi guys, I'm no longer role playing. It's me again, Gregory Foreskin.
Freaking.
It's your boy Gregory Foreskin here, back with another YouTube video.
Back with another unboxing.
I was gonna say unpeeling video.
Well, that went in a much more
You
graphic
said
direction.
that, not us.
Look,
No one said that except you.
I know, and it's because of you all tainting my mind.
You're
No,
welcome.
that's all you. That's all you.
Fine, I'll take all the comeuppance from it. Okay, I'm gonna use the bathroom too, so I'll be right back.
We are back.
I
she's
saw that
gone.
cake. I will not
Wait,
subscribe to it.
Please,
Anyways,
we're in that
you know
business.
what?
OnlyFans gonna ban all the lewd stuff.
Welcome to Only Yangs.
Welcome to
Meow.
Only Banana.
Only banana.
There's only a banana. It's in a white room. It's just like regular ass banana, and you just see it decompose over time.
I prefer Only Yangs. I think that's good.
Okay, I need to use the restroom, so I'll be right back.
Good. Good. Now then, let's discuss the topic of the day.
Topic of the day. We're talking cheese, guys. We're talking cheese. Best cheese. I want to see favorite cheeses in the chat. I want to see why it's your favorite cheese. I want to see why it's superior to the other cheeses.
All right, guys. I got a better question though. Cheddar or mozzarella? Let's get this going. Let's see which one's better, man.
Are those your top two? Are those your top two?
I'm just throwing those two common ones over here. Are you a cheddar man or you a mozzarella man? We got somebody who likes cheddar.
Personally, I'm a big fan of a Gouda. I think a Gouda is a very you got your aged Gouda, you got your young Goudas, you got your smoked Goudas.
I personally like the Jack cheddar cheese. It's like a weird mixture of like the two kinds.
I don't like anything called Jack.
Well, that's kind of Kind of rude there.
No, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing good came from anyone called Jack ever. Name one good Jack.
Jack the Ripper? Wait.
No, that is an objectively bad Jack. That is a terrible example.
Okay. Jack Sparrow.
I would equally say a bad Jack. That's not a good Jack.
Uh-huh. Jack Daniels.
Yeah, again, I would say a pretty bad Jack. That's not a good whiskey.
Jack Black.
Okay, you got me there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jack Black is pretty dang wholesome. Jack Spicer from Shaolin Showdown.
Oh, yeah.
He's not
Jack
evil!
Jack Spicer is a scumfuck bastard.
What fucking Jack Spicer you talking about?
Jack Spicer
Jack
is more
Spicer.
like chaotic stupid rather than evil.
He's a scumfuck bastard, and I do not trust him.
I mean, that dude makes fucking robots that have almost nothing.
It's like the Team Rocket rules, like they keep on getting money from somewhere to make their robots, but we don't know where, except for like 2 sources of income.
No, we do know where. We do know where from Team Rocket. They're getting funded by Giovanni.
Well, not only that, James'
Jack's-
parents are rich as heck.
Jack Spicer just commits tax evasion.
Honestly, I can see that. That's probably the way he's seen as the most evil person around, and why he's self-proclaiming it.
And the fact that he's a fucking simp for Wuya.
Who's a ghost?
Then becomes
a
a crazy
ghost.
lady, and lives with his. Oh my gosh, that's right. Jack
Then
Spicer
becomes
lives with his mom.
Oh,
What?
jeez.
Jack Spicer lives with his mom.
He lives in the basement.
Oh yeah.
He lives in the basement,
Yeah,
and his
that makes
dad
it-
gave him the
that makes-
puzzle box with Wuya in it.
That makes it even. That makes him even more of a scumfuck
So
bastard.
does that mean his dad is a simp?
Not
What?
only that, Jack's sister is more evil than him, and she's like 5.
True. Yeah, Jack.
I mean,
is a
children
scumfuck
are the root of
bastard.
all evil.
Honestly,
man.
yeah. He did kick
Jack
out
is a
Wuya out of the
scumfuck
house once
bastard.
because he made a robot that detects shit as good as she does and looks like Wuya with the. So he made a freaking waifu out of Wuya as a base.
See, he's a simp.
That's right.
Man built his own waifu, and we're even entertaining the discussion that he's anything other than a scumfuck bastard.
No,
Okay.
let's call him just a simp.
When he turned good because of the yin yang yo yo fiasco, he was at least decent but annoying then. Like even
We gotta talk about
The
my
fuck are we
man
talking
Clay.
about?
Clay though.
My
Clay is
man
cool.
Clay. My man Clay. Fuck Raymundo. We all my homies hate Raymundo.
I hate
love
Raymundo.
Clay.
He
Yeah,
screws up
Raymundo-
royally 3 times in a row, and everyone's just like, "Yeah, you're the master now." It's
That's
like,
the fucking
why?
asshole.
Clay really said yeehaw and punched a dude.
Not
Yeah.
only that, he does all the things right.
Yeah, Clay's just
Wait,
a
the
fucking
guy who
nice
just-
guy.
Kill a robot by standing
Name
there.
one thing Clay has ever done wrong in his whole life.
There's only one, and that's not talking
Clay
to his
Piss Boy.
dad sooner. But even then, his dad was kind of a jerk.
Yeah,
Like, that's the only thing.
I mean, yeah.
He's got the best element. Fuck Omni. Omni's a wet boy. We don't support wet boys in this house.
Clay is the
And
guy who
Raymundo wants to send everyone to Brazil.
Literally.
Clay's
Raymundo just screws up too many times to be a good person.
Mono?
Fucking,
Raymundo is a rat bastard.
Yeah.
And then you've got Jack, who's a scumfuck bastard.
Okay, let's just
Fuck
go with
you.
this. I'll say it. Raymundo is on the same tier of Jack, but he's on the good side.
That's the difference between rat bastard and scumfuck bastard.
Just Scumfuck is bad,
What's
and
the
Raymundo is
difference?
good. Are we all back, by the way?
Yeah, I'm good.
Maybe.
I don't know
Okay.
about that all. We can talk about cheese, then we talk about Shaolin Showdown.
Pretty much.
The various levels of bastard, yeah. Anywho.
Right, official bastard tier list.
of cheese.
Most
Alright,
people
I'm
named
ready, let's
Jack.
go. Everyone named Jack.
Except a couple.
Eh.
Jack
We
Black
have
doesn't.
all of
successfully
them,
named
without
one good
exceptions.
Jack. We have named one good Jack. That is not a good ratio.
Okay. So, right, you took the Bleak Marketplace one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That be where the knife landed.
Okay. So, reading the paper, you do get to see kind of like a frantic writing to it. Like, she was very much so in a rush to look for her kids. And there's two of them. One boy, one girl. And they said, as it says that they've been looking for them for a bit from Ecol's Landing, which is like the main street that goes to the government building from the walls. Like, there's only one entrance to the city, and they're just not there. So she's been looking around where they would usually hang out and some other things. So the best point of interest that they were heard of last was this marketplace in the middle of Orin's Corner, which is kind of like the main place to just sell stuff in. And on the paper it does say, please see me first if you take this job. But you don't have
Go
to.
there. We might as well go see. Maybe there's some good stuff we can get before we go travel and find them.
Wouldn't hurt. I don't think so.
I just had a thought. All of us have tails.
Except for the monkey.
Mr.
Wait, the
Mr.
monkey
Hands
doesn't
does
have
not,
tail?
in fact, have a tail. He seems to be
What?
an ape.
I'm an ape.
There's an ape. There's a
Wow.
difference between a monkey and there's a
Tailless.
difference between an ape.
The actual difference between a monkey and an ape is the presence of the appendix, but that's not as funny as tail.
Tailless blip.
For example, gibbons have tails, but they are considered apes.
Huh. Neat. Because the appendix thing.
Anyway, yeah, I want to go to the
Yeah.
market.
Sorry, continue. Market. Sorry.
You want to go to the
Just
market,
random
but
thought.
you don't want to do
Calling me
anything
drunk.
else first? You don't want to stop by munitions or potentially see what the lady wants specifically done, or...
You know,
Just want-
figuring out exactly what we're supposed to do there would be a good idea.
That way, if we want to do that, we can just go and just get some of the supplies for needed stuff.
Okay.
See the job first, and then get supplies.
So, it's reaching a little bit past noon now, and you're all kind of going out, and through the 8-starred sort of way, like, all the roads lead down a cardinal direction. Ecol's Landing has a big sign pointing towards the entrance of the city, and... Oh, sorry about that. A little bit of a burp there. Ecol's Landing has a lot of shops and stalls everywhere, and it's a good place for merchants to set up, because people can come in and out, and it's the only way through the city. But this is just like a general marketplace for people in one giant road. Like, there's kiosks in the middle of it, too. And as you're all walking down, you were looking of note, because there's a little thing Jacques said that there's a weird statue out front of the shops. So, who wants to all roll perception real quick?
Let's get on
Let's
it.
do it. Let's do it. Let's
Yeah,
get it,
that.
gamers.
19.
Why?
Now,
Epic.
7.
Boo!
So,
Oh, wait.
oh, yes, please switch. That way everyone knows. So, as you're all walking,
Well, they wouldn't really know anyway. They don't see the
well, some people can,
the
but
numbers.
yeah, they can't really see it. There's like Kermit peeking out, but that's
I
it.
can't see it. Oh, okay.
So, Orliz and Gex, you cannot. I know Gex.
Mr. Hands.
Mr. Hands, that's it. That's why I'm mixing up. It's like Orliz and Mr. Hands, you all are kind of looking around the city. Mr. Hands, you're kind of looking at some shops. It's like, hey, I remember this one. I remember this one. You see a couple people, like, seeming a little
That's the
bit
one I robbed.
more nonchalant. Not like robbed. Sorry, not robbing. Borliz, you're
Sorry.
mostly on the lookout for more booze to buy. There's nothing of note here. It's like you can smell faint. Like, there was a mess here earlier today, and there's like a sort of alcoholic smell here and there that's kind of trapping in your nose, but nothing of its major.
And I'll find some more supplies later.
Gex and Abby, immediately on the right-hand side of the street, you just see... Hold on. I had this saved, but... Where is it? Where is it? I'm not kidding with this. Immediately, people would know this because as soon as I say it, they can just Google it. But a statue of what looks like a very rotund thing with a weird cap and some feet and it looks like it's squinting at you, holding a clay jug of alcohol. And outside of it says Tanuki Trio Traders, and then under it says it in the Soralian main language.
Do I notice anything else considering I got a nat 20?
From this morning, you can see that most of the stalls are either moved out of the way or picked up to the best of their capabilities, and the guy who was selling the plums and the apples is gone now, and the one alcohol storage just says closed for the cleanup. You will, however,
Interesting.
hear something start rolling down above you and immediately plop down before you. It's the coin.
My coin.
Yes, from earlier. It's
Oh, sweet. I pick it up.
sort of teasingly, but it's right there. Oh,
Excellent. Okay, well, I knew you'd find your way back to me. Who should I give you to next? I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna have a little look at this Tanuki statue.
it's staring right up at you. It looks like it's staring into your soul.
I'm gonna very slowly lean in, maintaining eye contact, and just get closer and closer and closer and closer.
It's not moving one bit. It's just a statue.
I'm gonna give it a kiss on the nose and I'm gonna move on.
Nothing happens. So you're standing outside the store, and instead of a door, there's curtains up right now, and they're dark red. And you can't see inside fully, but you can see, like Jack said, it's very messy. There's shelves that are just stacked to the brim of everything. There's random books all over the floor, but they're stacked up nicely. It's very, very hard to move around if you were very, very large-bodied, but it's enough that people could go into the store and look around.
Can I roll any perception or investigation to kind of see how this place is organized at all?
Are you going to go in or just look from the outside?
Borderless is gonna walk on in, just see what's going on here.
You're gonna walk
Yeah,
on in?
Geeks is not just gonna go in.
Okay.
Nosy on in. That's where the job's at. That's the job's information told us to go.
Are you looking for something, or are you just taking a glance around?
Just taking a glance around.
Perception, then. Investigation would be
Another 13.
looking for something.
13.
13?
Perception. 22.
Anyone else want to go, or are you all good?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just kind of chill, waiting for something to happen.
Okay. Mr. Hand's good, too? Hello?
Mr. Hands.
Monkey Man.
You okay, dude?
Hello? Hello?
Hey, no.
Hi,
Yeah.
me. I was having audio issues.
Oh.
What's
Wait, were you hearing us, or...?
I was cutting in and out for about 2 minutes there.
Okay, so basically you all made your way to the store and looked at the Tanuki statue. Tanuki Trio Traders is the name of the store. No door, it has curtains instead of doorway. And you can barely see inside, the windows are barricaded nearly, with curtain and some objects pushed up against it. And for the perception checks, there's... Borlas, you notice, a lot of just random knickknacks in various languages. There's books, there's pottery, there's everything else. Gex, you can kind of see a couple from your homeland, actually, classic Gurini Island pottery from some tribes. There's none from yours, but definitely from some of the bigger ones. And, there's some random things here and there. There's some weird lanterns. There's a couple of other oddities, seashells made into candle holders and everything else like that. It seems to be a weird tourist trap of a store.
I've never seen a kind of thing like this. It might be interesting to explore later.
Oh, you're cutting in and out again.
Oh no.
Oh no.
There we
Uh,
go.
We need. I think.
I'm gonna tell him to rejoin
We'll
and try
edit
again.
it in post. We'll edit it in post.
Aha, yeah. That's how it works.
Telling him to leave and rejoin just to see if that will fix it.
No, he's dead. We killed him.
We killed him. Oh
He
no.
died.
Banana!
He'll never come back.
Banana kiss
Banana-
mugged him. There we go, Monkey Man back.
Work?
Yep, it worked.
Monkey.
His life force.
Okay. It is a rather small store. It's like built into an array of stores right now.
Okay.
So you're just browsing for a moment?
Sure.
Having a look around.
Ab-
Seeing
Abby's,
if there's
Abby's going to take a
anything
stroll
of
in. Can I,
interest.
can I see, can I make a lay of like the staff in there?
There's
Where
no
are they?
staff.
It's an empty store.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's no staff right now. Even behind the counter, it's like there's lights on in the store, and you can't see any person in there.
Could I have a quick like cursory glance to see like what different things they have in there?
Roll perception real quick. Or are you looking for something
Course.
specific?
No, I'm just having a little glance around.
Okay. So, like I was saying for Borlas, there's a lot of random knickknacks, and just it seems like they sell a little bit of everything. What you don't see is food for the most part. Like, you see a couple, like, candies here and there, but it seems like there's a couple, like, opened and whatever else. But there's not much of note as soon as you, like, look around. There's shelves upon shelves of just random assorted junk. But it's not, like, junk, it's like there needs to be a specific person who wants this.
Yee.
Yeah.
I am going to go fumble through some shelves and see if I can find anything interesting.
You're gonna fumble through the shelves?
Yeah, I want to see if I can find anything that's interesting, anything weird.
Okay. As soon as you do, immediately you hear a woman's voice from behind the back, and it goes, "Welcome to the Tanuki Trio Traders. How may I help you all?"
Well, I sure am glad that you showed up, otherwise I would have had to steal from here.
Oh, don't worry, we've got a little bit of everything around here. She's smoking a very, very lovely pipe. It's like red bamboo and everything else. She's got little tufts of fluff on top of her head, and they twitch a little bit as she leans over the counter sort of seductively. So, what can I help you all with?
We
I
got
also lean over the counter seductively.
But so you just seductively talk.
You're just kind of there. And she's just staring at
I'm
you.
not saying anything.
We apparently got into this. I would say drafted. It's more so. I guess turned into some kind of bodyguard or turned into some kind of job workers. But we threw a knife up in the air and we got this little mission here to help out find your kids.
Oh, like the Navy does with the... Anyway, I'm Maru.
Well, he threw up a dagger. I point at the guy seductively like leaned against the counter.
I'm married, don't worry. Anyway,
Oh, he is more than welcome to join.
no, he's at the counter.
Oh.
So, you four got employed, and you're willing to help me find my kids?
I think that's the short of it.
Alright,
That's the gist of it.
so,
I believe we do have a few additional questions for you, though. First of all, if you had a preference, how many pieces would you like your children returned in?
whole, otherwise you'll be returned to wherever you came from in pieces.
Or there's a
Abby-
slap
Abby-
back,
Abby
the back
kind
of
of
his
like
hat.
Abby kind of pretends to make a note on like an invisible notebook and goes,
Just like a little
interesting,
check mark in the
interesting."
air.
As that happens,
And,
Boris
of your
slaps the back of his
children-
hat, so he just shuts up for a second. It's like, I think my friend here might have some weird questions, but in any case, where was maybe the last time you saw your children, or where had they particularly said they're going to go to?
They leave the shop just whenever they like. Poco and Pekka, my son and daughter, both like having a lot of adventures, just exploring the city, causing a ruckus. You know what kids do. But
They say where they're gonna go every day, every time they do this. They were gonna go downtown or uptown or whatever town.
no, but everyone likes to tell me where they've gone. And last place was to the west of here, Ecol's Landing. It's another good shopping district, but there's a couple of shadier types. Between you and me, everyone knows it. There's a black market there, entrance to the Underdark from a sewer pipe. It's nothing big, a couple trapdoors everywhere. They just come in and out. No one cares really, so long as they don't kill anyone. We haven't had that in years. But because of some gang split-ups, because of some new ordeals, one's been getting a bit more aggressive. They like to eat people's eggs and ransom off kids, so just kind of getting choked up a little bit. But
Sounds despicable.
anyway,
We should burn
We-
them alive.
well, you all, I hope, while I mind the shop for the day. Even though I could go after them, I'd rather not impose the Mama Bear strategy just yet.
You said son and daughter, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay, noted. And of the two, who would you say is your favorite and wants us to prioritize?
Both, you imbecile. She's like
You want me
squishing
to
the pipe a little
you want me
bit.
to slap the back of his head again?
Abby's just gonna smile at her in an incredibly coy way. He is playing the fool rather than being the fool.
Anyway, she takes a puff of the cigarette. So, are you all going to need anything or other info? There's a marketplace near the corner of the entrance on this side. If you just go down, there's two main streets that you can go through. You'll just take a right and there's an alleyway down there that leads to what we all nicknamed the Bleak Marketplace, but it's used to be called the Emerald Plaza, but sadly, it's not anymore. You can assume because people were very, very keen on taking anything they could there. Now it's
Where
mostly...
do they look? What kind of kids are we looking at? Are we kind of looking at kind of you, what are you anyways?
I'm a Tanuki. We like to shapeshift, but they're not exactly keen on doing that yet. So they'll look more like me, except they'll be in shorter clothes. They like to be able to move around freely.
Okay, so look for two smaller U's. Okay, got it.
So, just so you're aware, unlike my compatriot here, I'm not racist, and I don't see your entire species as looking the same. So, is there any specific, indicators that I should be looking for?
They're not young, but they're young enough to be considered kids still. Think about as tall as you. She points to Gix.
Oh, we have a hard time finding him when he's standing next to us, being up front.
Then again, we only met them 20 minutes ago?
Well, you wouldn't have a hard time finding me if I were to smack you in the balls with a banana.
Oh, and
Especially if
that
I
is
see
true.
The hardness of a literal club.
I will ask for something. Just because you can swear doesn't mean they should.
Of course, I won't swear too much around the children. At least I'll try. I'll just,
Is it
try
that they?
tell them about the glory of the great and powerful Bananicus. Nothing?
Is it
Not
that
a
they
cult?
Talking to Abby.
Is it that they shouldn't swear or they can't?
They should only swear when they're extremely frustrated. That's all I say.
Okay, so we don't need to teach them then.
No, you don't.
If they've been kidnapped, I would say that's a pretty frustration situation. If you ask me, I think they should
Yeah,
swear.
like what if they were really frustrated and they didn't know exactly how to swear? Then we should definitely teach them.
Absolutely.
They've learned more than enough
Kidnap
four-letter words from my
specific swear
customers. They've learned copious four-letter words. Anyway, that's all.
I know at least 7 4-letter words, so.
If that's all, and you're bored, buy
Like
something. If
fish.
not, go away. Time is money.
And duck.
So they're in the Emerald Market, I think.
Ass.
Bleak Marketplace, it would be more to get more people's attention. Emerald Marketplace is
Bleak-
only no more the
Fire.
old people.
Bleak Market. So look for Bleak Market and ask for you've seen two small Tanuki people. Got it.
Yes. Thank you.
Right, we'll be back later, hopefully with them.
Okay.
We'll try our best.
So you're all going down?
Yep.
Since it's
Yep.
pretty much only knickknacks around, I'm pretty sure there's nothing Borderless wants from this place.
Okay. So,
Yeah, Abby neither.
You're not gonna try and steal anything?
Yeah.
Yet?
No, I'm not much of a thief.
Gix is immediately the mom.
I'm not that much of a thief.
All following mom.
Okay.
Oh,
So you all make your way down to
no. I'm
the
not good with the responsibility. This is gonna go bad. Sorry, continue.
Oran's Corner, which, asking for a couple directions or just moving through the streets, you manage to get there pretty easily, and looking for a specific thing, you manage to get to here.
Ooh.
There's
Map.
a very wide assortment of people who are going by, and I want Mr. Hands to roll perception with advantage real quick. Everyone else can roll normal perception real quick. And, well, I also... Okay.
Perception.
Viva la perception.
A 12.
Okay.
A 12.
Just
A
a real quick
12.
one.
He.
So, Mr. Hands, immediately, you can all put yourselves right around here. Actually, you're coming from the west,
Fun.
so right here. Right there.
Fine, I'll put it right
I
here.
Sorry.
don't like that this is a
I
battle
didn't
map.
draw a line. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I like that this is a battle map.
I will be
ready
nice
for
and say
next
that the
battle.
HP you lost earlier is healed. Don't worry.
Oh, epic.
Okay. So, immediately, Mr. Hands, as you're scoping out the place, right down here, you see two people, notably, let me get their write-ups. Two people at a sort of very ramshackle stand with two barrels nearby, and one's looking very concerningly at this cat right here, the big man with sort of fish everywhere. And this one right here is a merfolk, while this one is a lizard folk right here. Both are kind of slouched over, keeping an eye on everyone, but they're not exactly causing a big mess. They at least have a couple for sale signs. Everyone else, you can observe a couple things, like this gnoll right here is kind of pounding away at the anvil, making various tools and axes. This rat folk has an assortment of various tinctures and everything. Tiefling running a bakery, and this man just running a couple things, and setting up shop right here. So, what would you like to do?
Borderless, even though he knows his mission is to find these kids, he's going to go straight to that bakery.
Straight to the bakery.
Straight to the
Quick
bakery.
question.
Uh,
What's this here?
That's an anvil.
An anvil. Okay.
Yeah, this gnoll right here is pounding away at it. Like, you can hear him, slapping the hammer on the anvil.
Okay.
Borderless is set on a mission to get to that bakery.
Okay, everyone roll initiative real quick to see who does what first.
Okay.
Where are you all going, actually, just to be clear?
I am going to the
Oh.
spot that I specifically noticed.
Okay. Okay, Bortles
I'm going
is
to go talk to the big man.
the big man. And Giggs?
Indeed.
Gonna give him a tip.
Where's Giggs going?
Giggs is gonna actually ask around about, the children. Probably the first one he sees, like the red person right in front of him.
Okay, and
Equal height.
okay. So that'd be Abby first. So this gnoll is hunched over, and he's like sort of.
the big guy over here. You said.
Oh, the big guy over here. You're going to him?
Yeah.
Drag your
Yeah.
ass over there.
Yeah.
Is this like a table?
That's like a sort of shopkeeper stand, and there's like just him standing there. And he goes, hey, not set up all the way for a bit yet. I'm gonna have dinner going soon. What can I help you for?
Oh, sorry, sir. I just before I quickly interrupt you, you seem like a knowledgeable fellow, a man about the place. You seem to have a pretty good scope of the area. Am I correct? A bit of a respected figure around here.
I mean, I don't give anyone food poisoning, so that's always good.
Fantastic, fantastic. There's always a sign of a good cook, I find, is that they don't poison you. Now, having a lay of the land as you do, I notice, a glancing eye across the place, a noticing gaze amongst the people around here. Have you, by chance, seen any, small Tanuki children wandering through?
Okay. And then he just kind of shakes his head. It's like, nope, haven't been here for a bit. And it's just like, I've been working on mostly just getting all my stuff, trying to find a good marketplace to set up. This was the cheapest I could find.
Insight check.
Go for it. You can tell this guy is just kind of okay. It's like, this doesn't seem like his first day because he has a sort of claimed spot right around here. And it's certainly a big one. You could tell that people's stalls should be there if there's more people. Like, compared to everyone else, they have a very small area to them. Like, the biggest would be the Tabaxi and the one tiefling lady here. But this guy has these tables up here, and he has all this right here, too.
Is he lying about seeing the children? Because he just said he's not even remotely seen her.
You get the hint that he might have, but you're not gonna get a bit without having to pry a little.
Abby is going to lean in, and he is going to go, I appreciate your coyness, sir, but I do have to let you know that I am no fool. If you have seen the children, believe me when I say it's in your best interest to tell me so. And while that's happening, I'm going to use thaumaturgy to kind of very slightly like ignite like the tips of my horns and a little bit of my eyes as well.
Roll intimidation real quick.
Aye, aye.
Okay. This gets slightly taken aback after he's just going, well, I don't know.
I have a very big smile on my face while I'm doing this, by the way.
It's just me, the devil, your best friend.
It's me, Satan.
Yeah?
What's up, man? Little crunk later.
He goes, okay, fine. I don't care if this is gonna get me in trouble later. So, those kids, you probably know them. They've been around. Everyone has seen them. But causing issue isn't exactly their biggest thing. Them being taken, though, if they were, I've seen the notice. Don't worry. I've done that, but I don't exactly know where. So, kinda been looking, kinda not been. Like, I've been half looking. I have been here for a couple days, but it's like, not really much. Usually I change spots every week, get new customers, and I like to keep it as a thing if I ever get famous that people have to look for me, but otherwise I'm not going to be much of a good source. Like, I know they've been around here, but it's not been best for me to look.
Abby kind of stands up and like shrugs his like the embery kind of glow on his facial features kind of fades, and he goes, I see. I do appreciate how candid you've been on me. It's a shame it took a little bit of a nudge, but I would say to you that a little bit of notoriety is not always a bad thing, sir. Can I double check? What's he selling?
I mean, if you look at the sign real quick, it looks closed, but underneath you can kind of see some prices for food. It's relatively cheap food, probably warm meals, and you can tell the crates are probably just something he's gonna cook on later. He'll probably wheel in something. You don't know what's in the crates, but you can definitely tell he's gonna sell some food with the tables.
I'm gonna quickly before I go, I'm gonna pull out the bottle of alcohol that Borluz gave me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna kind of pop the cork and just say, for your trouble, sir, can I interest you in a bit of indulgence? As friends.
Oh my gosh. Roll, just in case you get a nat one. roll diplomacy. I think that's it. I think that's the thing. Or
Persuasion.
persuasion, that's it. I'm used to Pathfinder still, sorry.
Oh, good.
Okay. Yes, I'm gonna need it for later. So he, underneath the little desk right here, he pulls out a decent sized tankard. It's like, I just use this for whenever I drink. Just give me a little.
How strong is this stuff? I should. Well, obviously, Ballis is is grabbing. Yeah, but Ballis, quick question: how strong is the stuff you're packing here? The alcohol you gave me.
Hmm. How can I roll this to kind of like do this? Should I roll like survival or should I roll like a D100 gang to find out how much alcohol content this has?
What was it you gave him, Kvass?
Basically, I want to get this guy drunk, and I want to know because I've tasted some at this point, so I wouldn't. Obviously, you're rolling for how strong it is, but I would know how strong it is if I've drunk it.
Okay.
So what would I do about that gang? Would I roll survival or would I roll like a D100, like see how much proof we have? Like what would sound better to you?
It's Kvass, so it's not gonna be super duper high proof. So we'll do survival, and we'll see how, like...
But it is hooch. It is essentially
15.
hooch.
15? It is homemade alcohol, and with the grapes inside, they're grapes, not raisins.
The raisins, but they turn into grapes.
Okay. With the grapes, it's kind of like becoming a weird cocktail mishmash of lemon, grape, and rye. And this guy is just... Let's actually see how it goes.
Give him a Constitution save.
I'm doing Constitution save. He's gonna get... This guy just swigs it down and is like, oh, thank you, dude. I have not had anything good in a while. Like, I've been selling mostly the cheap stuff to get people happy, but thank you.
A big smile crawls over Abby's face, and he's just going, "Another for the road."
The, what's the thing?
Oh, that was a terrible
Yeah,
roll.
persuasion. He's like, nah, I'm good. Thank you, though. And he takes out a rag and just kind of wipes it out. And it's like, I gotta make sure no mold gets in there.
Abby recorks the bottle and just goes, "Duly noted. Just so you know, before I go between friends, seeing as we are friends now,
Mm.
is the tabaxi identifiably female, male, in between? What are we talking?
They're kind of androgynous, but with the stockier shoulders, you can tell they're male.
Okay. The feline gentleman over there seems to be taking a bit of a eye to your stand. Enjoy your day.
Anyway. On to...
And I'm gonna walk away. So yeah.
On to Gix.
Yes. He'll immediately walk up to this red person. Hey, have you seen any Tanuki kids getting lost and or kidnapped around here?
Oh, that's... I just meant to hit the one. Where is it? Okay, I've been rolling too much. Sorry, the thing. I'm gonna just go with the 9.
No worries.
Anyway. They look up from their mortar and pestle and they're looking by. It's like, oh, hello. Tanuki? Aren't those only from up north in the other continent place?
Yeah, apparently there's a lady or two with like kids running around and they live around here.
Oh,
And now they're missing.
Oh, Maru. Yeah, not really. Haven't seen him recently. I've been mostly doing this. I sell medicine, just weak stuff. Nothing fancy. Just, I like making stuff natural, but nothing magical. Can't afford it. Maybe someday.
Yeah.
It's like, if you look at the bottles, they're just a couple that just look like they're filled with honey and some other herbs just to be there. Like, anything else you need help with, or like what they do or something like that? I can tell you what they do.
You know what, Joe? Tell me.
They like
There
to,
it is.
since they're both the same age, nearly, one's a year older, they like to both kind of cause a ruckus. Twins-ish for how they act. You know how they are. Excuse me. They'll kind of be tricksy. One will kind of keep your attention while the other one kind of messes around, then they'll both come back later and pay you. Fun stuff, fun stuff. The young lady over there has gotten to deal with them.
Right.
Yeah, that's about it for now.
Alright. Well, tell me if you see anything.
Okay, if that's it, you don't need any medicine or anything?
Well, does it help with anything more severe, like what one would, experience after, say, combat?
Some of them are good like that. Some of them good for healing wounds. You just put them on you. It's a little bit sticky for a bit, but then you wash it off a couple of minutes later, and it should heal up a bit faster. If you roll for nature or medicine, you can find out what it is or what kind of herbs they're using.
Yep. We do that. 22.
Okay,
What does that
22.
tell me?
You can see a good amount of ones that can help stop bleeding, especially, and to kind of seal wounds, and you can tell they know what they're doing because they're knowing to powderize it first instead of just using the full leaf, because the dried leaf won't seal up the wounds properly. And especially with liquid, which it seems like a mixture of honey and water and some preservative herbs, that it's at least better than nothing. Can you get the thing?
The thing.
The thing.
Up
The
there.
thing. Oh. Oh, that
Oh
was
no,
just rhythm.
Ruby's dead.
Just rhythm.
Ugh.
killed
Rhythm is dead.
Well,
I'm
guys, we got
sorry.
our first kill. We killed Groovy.
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 Oh,
Rhythm,
Groovy left.
whatever.
Okay. And they weren't
Yeah.
really a
Killed
thing.
Groovy. It's our first kill of the session. Good job, boys.
Okay. So, basically, I'm gonna slightly metagame it. It's basically a 1d4 plus 1 healing potion.
Fair enough. Might yoink a few of those. How much do they cost? And not yoink, buy. Not gonna steal.
Well, because they work quick, it's going to be better than nothing. If it's technical old, that's okay for you, right? I gotta make a living. Bottles aren't cheap,
That's
surprisingly.
fixed. 10 gold is exactly how much I have, so that's perfect.
Okay. So you now gain 1 tonic. It's just a quick 1d4 healing plus 1d4 plus 1, and it's good for not much. It's like a potion, but you spread it on yourself. Anywho, that's all. We can move on to the Borlas was next.
I think it was Monkey Man. He
Monkey.
rolled a
Monkey.
9.
I'm
Monkey is
next.
next.
I'm next.
So,
Mm.
time for Monkey.
It's monkey time, boys.
Monkey.
Right, so I guess strolling on over to the stand that stood out to me the most, I'm going to approach the 2 people running it.
Okay. So this one right here is a lizard folk, and this one is a merfolk. Yes. And the one lizard folk takes a look at you. It's like, what do you need?
Pleasure to meet you, kind strangers. I'm in the area looking to collect some information you wouldn't happen to know about.
Depends on what it is.
2 Tanuki kids gone missing. I'm in a bit of a pickle to try and see them back to their correct parents here. You wouldn't happen to know anything about them, would you?
The one barracuda guy looks a little bit sweaty, and he's just like, nope. The lizard folk just goes over, just kind of shuts him up.
Oh.
Kids.
Can I roll an insight to check?
Yeah, do that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, given the weird actions of them and how they're kind of just standing by and how quick and rash they were very much interesting. And I want you to roll what would be history for you with advantage.
Give me one moment.
Okay, 16. Yeah, these 2 people, with how they're acting and specifically being what they are and how they're kind of just standing around, was a rival gang.
Nah.
Trying to get
Okay.
a little cheekier, but these were 2 people from the Burrow Buster gang, known for eating eggs down in what's it? The Great Cascade, which is a swamp, for those who don't know. Like kind of like the bayou mixed with Aztecs. And most of the time they would only eat the eggs, but if they find any kids, they'd steal them. So
Okay.
this is very much in their territory of what they would do. So them acting like that is definitely a little on the nose.
So, as Mr. Hands begins to pick up on some social cues, he begins to inch a little closer into their stand, sort of getting into some of their personal space here. No, I've had some suspicions that maybe some of the Burrow Buster boys have been at the hands of this, given that they be eating children every now and again. So you fellas wouldn't happen to know anything about these said Burrow Busters, or if they've been kidnapping Tanuki kids?
Immediately, both just look around. It's like, you're gonna have issues. The lizard folk is talking. He's definitely taller than you. Not as tall as Borla's, but he's got a couple inches on you. We're gonna have issues if you keep going. Shut up. What do we need to give you?
I got plenty of issues, fellas. I don't need to push anymore, but I think I've gotten all what I need here. Now let me say that we may have some issues later on, but I think I've gotten all I needed to get from this conversation here. Now what was your fine names, two gentlemen, and what do you happen to be selling here anyway? Where are my manners?
They're looking at each other or kind of just going back and forth, and it's just like, how about you go away for now, and we'll just give you... They look to each other and just kind of rifle through their pockets. 2 silver for your time as an inspector, and you will be good to go.
Mr. Hands lets out a bellyful laugh. Inspector! Now that's the first one as he greatly takes the 2 silver. Now let's take this as a one-time fee, and I won't charge you the next time I come back inspecting. And should you happen to cause any more troubles, I best believe there will be issues. And you two have a good day now, you hear? And maybe I'll come back and actually buy something from you two. As Mr. Hands begins to walk away from the tent and begin to search out the others, as he now has what he believes to be a considerable lead on who may have taken them. But he's just gonna loiter around the shack there until he can see either Boilers, Abby, or Gix to wave them down and call them over.
Okay, so we'll be with Borla's real quick, and we'll have their action at the bakery.
Right, so literally as Borlis is strutting on over, what kind of bread are we looking at here?
There's
He's
mostly
looking
just,
around the first place, the same thing.
like, there's a couple of rolls that are just weirdly shaped. Like, there's just round rolls and everything else. There's a couple with fruit in them, and some look a little bit darker than other. There's just various shapes of bread. There's nothing seems to be good for filling, and she's kind of dusting off a couple and making sure they look nice in the sun.
Uh, excuse me, madam.
Yes? What is it?
I probably have 2 questions, but I'll ask the one first about your establishment. Do you have anything in terms of black bread or rye bread at all?
We have a mixed rye and wheat loaf in the top left, and she points right up here. They're a bit square, good for sandwiches or some other things if you'd like that. It's not...
Ooh, how much are they?
Since rye is a weird trade commodity, we've been growing it at a couple of my husband's farm. We usually don't have too much for it because it grows like wildfire. The wheat, however, does make it a little bit more expensive, so if you want the full loaf, I can do around 8 copper per loaf. If you buy 2, I'll do 1 silver and 5 copper.
How many do you want? How many am I allowed to have if I'm to buy it?
I don't set any limits so long as you don't buy the whole stand.
I'll take as many as you want to give me. I'll probably take maybe around 10 rolls if you're okay with that.
They're like loaves of bread and there's around 4 of them, so given she said she'd give you a deal on 2 for basically 15 copper, if you do 4 of them, they'll be 3 silver.
I'll do all 4. I'll buy your entire stock if you're okay with it.
Alright, thank you very much. Oop.
He just like flips over a gold piece at her.
Oh, and she makes change just for you.
No, keep the change. Keep the change. You do good. You have what I need. You have good establishment. I like this.
Alright. Thank you very much. I hope you have a lovely day, if that's all.
Now that is what I have right there. So I have like 4 pieces of rye bread, right?
Yeah, you just have like 4 loaves, like they're good sized round loaves.
Good. I can make something good with this later. But in any case, my other question is, we are here looking around because we're looking for cool, small. You know what tanukis are? They look like, from what I saw, they're like some weird raccoon dog things.
Oh, Maru's kids. Yes, they're very nice, but they've always wanted sweet stuff. I don't really sell much of that.
Not
Ugh.
but there's some rye bread here. They don't like the stout, it seems.
But yes, I've seen them around. They were here a couple days ago. Mostly just running around. They've not
Have you,
caused many issues, but they've been looking to see what's new.
have you seen anything weird going on when you saw them those last 2 days ago, or 3 days, or how many days it was?
Not really, dear. Just me and the bread, and I'm just trying to make a living. Most people that come through here are a little bit on the poorer side, so they don't really buy much of the more expensive stuff like you have. Like these little rolls right here, she points to these little palm-sized biscuits. These are just a copper each, and most people buy those. There's like 3 left from the whole day.
Mhm. Well, either way, you take that gold piece there. Thank you for the information that you have there. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go meet up with my friends. You have a great day, and you enjoy that gold piece.
Thank you very
As
much.
you, as he gives, it gives like a pat on the shoulder. You enjoy that gold piece,
Thank you.
and he just wanders on off with his collection in hand.
Bread.
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 Bread is one step to making more beer has been acquired.
Alright, so you all meet back up together?
I'll hang out by the well here, just like hanging around, just like checking out the quality of the bread.
It's
There's
good
one
bread.
thing I want to do before I go. There's one thing I want to do before I meet up with the others.
Yes?
I want to go and talk to that tabaxi very quickly.
You want to talk to the cat?
Yes.
Alright, make it a quick.
So I just saunter over and I just say, firstly, what are they selling?
They're selling fish, like dried fish, like the kind that you smack with a hammer and then soak it in water. They're selling stock fish. It's
Okay,
cheap.
or like what you would shave for bonito or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I walk over, and I am going to say, how much per fish?
Depends on how much meat is on the fish. Bigger ones are usually more expensive. Unless if I've already taken a little bit off of them.
What's the most expensive fish you have?
5 copper for halibut pieces.
How much for the whole halibut?
Whole halibut. Well, we don't have many whole ones left. He's kind of looking through the fish real quick, and he brings one over. It looks about half sliced, but it's still sealed in some paper. You want it? 2 silver.
How solid we talking is this fish?
Have you ever seen a halibut?
No, solid, as in like dense, because it's dried.
Dense. It looks like about half the size of a normal halibut. Like,
No, I'm not talking size. I'm talking, is it like how solid is it? Like physically solid?
are you asking
the-
to use the halibut for a club?
I'm just asking how solid the halibut is. That's all I ask.
Half of it's been cut off from the side already, so there's some meat missing, but whatever was there is just covered up with skin and paper again.
No. I just want to know how physically hard it is. Like from a scale of sponge to rock, how hard is it?
Oh, it's like if you were to pick it up and to feel it and try to like peel off a piece, it would be like trying to pick off something kind of like, what's a good example? Like a wet towel sort of on the inside, but on the outside it's hard. Like a damp
Noted.
towel, not
Okay. I am going to take out my gold coin. I'm going to give it a little kiss, and I'm going to put it on the table, and I'm going to say, keep the change as a tip. And as a secondary tip, I'm going to like subtly nod towards the big guy who I was speaking to earlier. He's not been looking at you in the most pleasant way pretty much since I've got here.
I
I'm going
see.
to take the halibut, and I'm going to leave.
You're just causing problems on purpose. And I love it. Okay. So that's just
So
that.
like, I've given her my gold coin.
You mean him.
Sorry, I've given him my gold coin.
You're forgetting what's in everyone's pants. To Abby, that
It
doesn't.
It does not matter to Abby. So.
Yeah. So you all are meeting back, I guess, right around here then.
Yeah, but yeah. So
Oh, wait,
just noting that's not my normal money. That is my gold coin.
Yeah, that's your coin.
I don't know how strong the field of vision here, but I'm assuming that Mr. Hands is noticing the
Yeah.
characters starting to group here. All right, so he's gonna kind of wave them over without leaving too much from his post here to kind of collect them over by the wagon to regroup.
Hey, Ballies.
What's going on in my convent?
Do you fancy making some sandwiches?
If you have any butter, I can do some butterbrot.
I have better than butter.
You
Believe
have.
it or not. You won't believe it's not butter. It's better than butter.
I won't believe it's not a butter.
And I hand Ballies the fish.
It's a halibut. It's like half of a fish. You've seen them caught up usually in winter, in late
And
spring.
it's dried.
This I could make something with.
Work
Do
your
not worry,
magic,
my friend. I will work some magic later when we have a good time. Yes.
I do have a single request though. I do have a single request.
What is your request?
That the skull come back to me whole.
Oh my gosh.
I'll try my best. I'll probably just cut the head off, boil it, probably do some other things with that, and I'll give you the skull if I need to do.
Yeah, it's
Perfect.
stockfish.
I just require the skull.
We'll see what I do.
Well, I hope you two had a good time grocery shopping. Did you happen to find any information out as well?
I found out that the man over there can hold his drink, and that the price of fish has gone down considerably.
Government inflation.
I hear that the rye bread here is starting to grow like wildfire over here, but I heard the kids over here showed up probably a few days ago. Nothing crazy happened, but I tried to get some information there.
If any
As
of you had a lead, I can go and have a quick talk with someone. I can be rather persuasive.
hold that thought, Abby, as Mr. Hands motions over to Gix. Little fella, you didn't hear anything interesting, did you?
Gix is simply vibing by the rat.
Vibe check.
I'll take that as a no. But listen here, Abby, as Mr. Hands kind of tilts his head towards the tent behind them with the the lizard folk and the mer folk still waiting around. I think I've got a couple of burrow busters acting up as a storefront right there. Bunch of criminals known for eating eggs and stealing children. Not uncommon to see them up this far north, since they're usually from the Great Cascade, but it is a bit interesting. So they think I'm some kind of inspector, so if you wouldn't mind helping me inspect again, I think maybe we can pull out some more information. Because they said we should maybe have some issues. Should there be another inspection? But hey, Bullies, you can be an inspector. Gex can be an inspector, and the four of us can all inspect together, and they shouldn't have any problem with that. Now, should they?
Mm.
How does that sound?
Abby shakes his head and goes, typical egg eater behavior, you know.
Moribus says a little like spit on the ground. Southern spice.
Did you say the Great Cascade by any chance?
Oh yes, I did.
And there's a chance the children could be taken there.
That's what I think. I mean, like I said, burrow busters aren't uncommon this far north, but when it comes to children, typically they take them in on the spot or eat the eggs as soon as they get them. But these fellas seemed like they knew a bit more something's up. Either they've eaten them on the spot or they've taken them somewhere else. I think they just need a little more convincing than my ape-like self, if you know what I mean.
Interesting. And quick question, Mr. Hands. How hard would you like me to go in on these people?
Mr. Hands reaches into his trench coat pocket, pulls out the tool silver that he was given by them before, and tosses it over to Abby. Well, they paid me 2 silver for the first inspection, so whatever you deem is worthy of that, I am very much looking forward to your performance.
Abby, like a big, like gleeful, almost evil-looking grin like spreads over his face like a canyon, and he just goes, "Well, it just so happens that I'm down a gold."
You want the
And,
help with this, by the way. As Borlis is like talking to Abby for like half a second there.
Well, the more the merrier, Boliz. If you wouldn't mind hanging around just the back with Gix here, I'll introduce the senior inspector as he starts to nudge Abby. And if we need backup, we'll motion for you and Gix to come in and help us out here as well. Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan.
All right then. Well,
Not
follow me. As Mr. Hands leads Abby towards the tent that he had there. Gentlemen, as I said before, I was so pleased with your service here that I had to bring over my supervisor, the senior inspector, so he could believe it for himself here. Mr. Senior Inspector, go ahead and introduce yourself, and maybe we can get to asking some of those questions from before.
Roll deception real quick.
All of us?
Just Mr. Hands and Abby.
Just Mr. Okay.
Fuck.
Okay.
Abby is going to Abby's going to lean forward onto that kind of table and be like, "Gentlemen, I'm going to be upfront with you. I think
That's
we
it.
all know here
Sorry.
that we are not inspectors per se, but you seem like knowledgeable gentlemen who have been around and have met a few people and know a few names. Am I correct?"
Maybe.
Excellent. I'm sure you know your fair hand of interesting people.
We know you're
And
not
then
an
I'm gonna say the
inspector.
last. I'm gonna say, am I correct in thieves' cant?
In thieves' can't. Okay. And immediately they both kind of stand at attention, and the lizard folks going, we know you're not with the what? What's a good word to
So
say?
they understood me.
Yeah, they understand. And immediately the lizard folk goes, don't dig yourself too deep here to leave.
Abby looks at them. His eyes slightly ignite. The tips of his horns slightly ignite, and he continues in thieves' cant. And I'm gonna use my thaumaturgy to make my voice kind of rumble a bit, like not changing the tone or anything,
Just,
but just rumbles
like,
ever so slightly as he just goes. Like I said, remaining in thieves' cant. Now, gentlemen, I may not be an inspector, but I do believe some introductions may be in order. You see, as I'm sure you're very well versed and very well traveled gentlemen, we may have already either been acquainted in some way, shape, or form prior to this point, or at the very least, you may very well be aware of who I am. And I am going to use my pirate reputation thing from my background.
Ooh.
And I'm going to introduce myself and go, I'm going to hold out a hand to them as the eyes and the horns flare, and I'm going to say, a pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. I'm Abaddon the Glutton. And I'm going to try and intimidate them, and I would get advantage on that because of my pirate reputation.
You would. So intimidation with advantage.
Didn't know he was a glutton. He just gave me 3 out of it.
25.
25, and they... Okay.
One shits himself.
Yeah, the lizard folk kind of just sort of slinks back a little. They just trade spaces. And then... Oop. Dang it, hold on a moment. Map issues.
I can't tell if they've traded spaces. They both look so similar.
Sorry.
Don't worry, how could they?
And the one little, like, sort of shrimpy merfolk, not shrimpy as in that's what he is, he looks like a piranha more than anything, just holds up a hand and he goes, nice to meet you. Like, very, very allured, but he seems more fond of it, while the lizard folk's just kind of like, I don't want to be involved with this anymore. I do not get paid for any more of this.
As this is going on, Just
By the
to,
way,
to
none of
add
you
in.
can understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I should add that. None of you have any clue what I'm saying.
Unless,
Unless
don't
any of you
think-
who have sleeves can.
yeah.
I
Oh,
don't.
no.
I don't know. So while Mr. Hands is completely oblivious to what Abby has just said, um, he can tell that he's trying to do some type of intimidation. So while this is going on, Mr. Hands is going to pull out the knife that was given to him by the first character that he interacted with, and he'll begin fiddling with it in a way that it shows off a particular area of the knife. To make sure that the merfolk and the lizard folk can both see what's currently engraved on it as well. And as he's pulling out that knife, he's gonna both say to them, "Now, I don't know what my friend here is saying, but like I said before, we both got issues, me and you. So we can either add on to those issues or we can start to cut a few of them short here. So I don't know what my friend just said, but we can both start talking here."
They're
Yeah,
more.
but seeing that
yeah.
intimidation is being attempted, Gix is gonna just stand behind both of them while readying Bananicus as a club and having the far end of Bananicus light on fire.
Roll intimidation
I'm
as well.
guessingly.
As this all goes on, Abby is just going to one last time, just now in common, say, and in a tongue more familiar to my friends here, I'm going to give you some sage advice that a wise man once gave me about 30 seconds ago.
Oh my
Gix is
gosh.
turning the wrong
You
way.
don't want to get in too deep.
Yeah,
He's also burning his own hands. Fuck that shit.
yeah, Gix, you fumbled easily. Well,
I'm
they're
gonna say
still
for
kind
the
of
fun,
shaken.
Oh, we're not pulling out their knives now. Hold on, let me check my knife. As he pulls out his knife, not really for intimidation, but kind of like as a quote-unquote intimidation, check to see how sharp it is.
Look at my knife. Roll intimidation just for fun.
He pulls out really a very well-worn but very sharp, like, kitchen knife, basically.
Yeah, as soon as you bring out the knife, they're like, oh, okay.
So what they're seeing is a smiling demon with two knife-wielding animals behind him, and in the corner you've got a tiny lizard juggling a hot banana.
Yes!
That wrong end.
Yes! So these two are incredibly rattled with the fact that these people just came up to them, just pulled out knives. They're more worried about the knives than the sigil on the thing.
Rattle them, boys.
And I'm going to lean one more time, and I'm going to brush my coat to the side, revealing my cutlass, and just go, and wink at them and say,
Yeah, they just both
and mine's
kind
a
of...
little bigger.
They just both take one look at each other, then one look at you, all of you, and just book it. Like, they're just booking it.
Abby
Well-
claps and goes, and now we've got some fun going on, and he's going to hightail it after them.
You're gonna run after them?
Yeah, this is our only lead. We gotta run. That's an athletics check.
Oh, yeah.
Roll
Yeah,
athletics.
yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
how far did they go? Okay, yeah, they went the max, I think. Like they were to dash.
I'm gonna start doing. I'm not gonna athletics it. I'm just gonna like start parkouring over everything.
Oh my gosh, that'd be acrobatics, I will say.
Fuck!
You kind of just
He
tumble,
falls over.
like you get tumbled over into the fish, and now there's like more fish, and it's like I didn't know you liked. Oh my gosh, no!
Oh no.
I'm gonna try to acrobatics around. Also, I'm gonna do some parkour there.
Okay, okay. So
Mr.
You
Hands.
see, the Slav
tripped.
knows how to fucking ditch a situation better than anyone else.
okay, Mr. Hands. Mr. Hands, acrobatics or athletics? Are you just gonna book it, or are you gonna try to jump over some stuff?
I think I rolled a nat 1 in athletics, so I'm
Oh,
just
you
gonna say
did.
that Mr. Hands, yeah, he tripped over his own
Yeah,
his
I rolled a
foot.
21 acrobatics. I am just booking it like I'm booking it from the goddamn police.
So
Right,
they're
can
both.
Can I take a shot at them with my short bow if I realize I've not made it very far?
I
and I
would say you'd
stumbled
have to
over it?
pull it out to actually use it, so that'd probably take a bit. And they took the initiative and ran first, so it's basically them then you all.
Okay, that's cool.
So they take one look back and just go, "The kids are in the door. Just leave us be."
Kids are
And
where?
in the door,
Hey, how's it going?
they just scream and just go, "Just leave us be," and they book it.
That's all you had to say. It's so much easier that way, isn't it?
Yeah, some people.
You don't chase him?
No, don't chase them, bullies. We got what we needed. As Mr. Hands realized that the what he fell onto when he tripped over his own foot is what he needs to open. So I
Yeah.
think it's
He
time to
was put on his own hand. He's mean.
yeah, he's gotta bust this door open now, I guess.
Yeah.
to,
Real quick, Yang.
Hmm?
How far away are they from me?
They're kind of like in an alleyway. Just like assume this is an alleyway back down here. Just a quick little side street.
As they were running away, could I still? I want to kind of aim a finger gun just as they like go around the corner and just go, bang, and try and use my thaumaturgy to light their light one of their coats on fire.
They're 50 feet away right now.
Thaumaturgy is. Damn it! Yeah, too far away.
Sorry about that.
You would have got a better idea. As he does, Borlis is the same thing as Ray Frost.
Oh my gosh! So you're just okay.
Wow.
And his speed is down by 10 feet. So he is.
You shoot him right in the leg, and you see this ice just kind of crawl up, and the other one's just like And wait, which one do you hit?
I'm gonna say I hit the fish boy.
Okay, he seems a little bit more freaking out because of the cold, and it's like cold, and they're just like hobbling away for one of them, like the lizard guy's trying to get all the ice away, and just like no, please. And
Abby just bursts out laughing, and he's just gonna look at Ballers and go, "I was just gonna mess with them a little. You're brutal."
They still kids and they eat eggs. What else do you expect?
oh my gosh.
Hey, look. We've all stolen a child at one point.
Yeah,
The difference is you don't bring them into slavery or whatever the hell these people do.
Yeah, no, definitely no. I would know. I would
Roll
know
history
nothing-
with this.
do
I
you
would
guys
know
do
nothing about
enough?
child slavery.
So we're at the roll.
Borlas, roll history with disadvantage real quick, because you're new to this area.
6.
Okay. Yeah, you just
I just assume.
you just assume that these people just immediately just eat the kid's arms off first, because that seems like the most decent, so they can't run away as easily, like the arms and legs.
Yeah, they don't want them to eat all the children and stuff, but they don't get to run away.
Anyway,
Hey, you don't eat children. You let
The
them grow up a
monsters.
little bit first.
so you're met with this
True.
trapdoor that they
And
said.
then if you
God,
let
if
them
I-
grow
if
up
I
too
roll
much, they won't be
fucking-
children anymore.
I realized if I
You
didn't
can
roll with
put
disadvantage,
one
I had a
children
nat
in.
20 on that.
Yep.
But anyways, continue.
Pretty much.
Gentlemen, is it locked?
It's well. Are you gonna take a little look at it?
Well, Mr. Hands was having a look at it, wasn't
Oh.
Oh yeah, I was trying to open it. I don't know if it budged or not.
It seems like the little handle bit will just need to be twisted, but that's about it.
he?
Alright. Let's go ahead and open it up.
Twist the
Oh.
handle and open it. I'm assuming Kix, the buff lizard man, would easily open it on account of how strong he is in comparison to everybody else.
Okay, and as you go down,
fucking jacked.
Oh yeah.
you are met with what looks like an old alcohol cellar from a building that was demolished a bit ago, but they kept the basement to probably make it so that they don't have to worry about structural instability with the market itself. And
Orliz's eyes wide open to infinity.
And inside is a half-elf man looking at the cage at two bound and gagged kids, and it's like, freaking magic, man. Ugh. And he's like rubbing his hat and just dusting it off, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, if you zoom out, you'll see the thing on the right, it seems.
Abby is going to jump down.
Gotta jump down, you're not gonna cause anything.
I'm
I'm
just
just going
gonna
to jump down, and I'm gonna say,
And
"Hey
hop.
kids, you want to try some alcohol?"
Do you want to be on
Nope.
fire?
The man is just looking beside you, and as he turns around, he is a fairly tall half-elf with a black and trench coat with an orange belt around it, and he's got like a brown undershirt and pants with boots. Like, oh, you wouldn't happen to be the potential buyers or people I can ransom them off to.
Depends how much you're charging.
250 gold each.
Out of my price range, and I draw my sword.
You draw your sword.
I draw
Yeah.
my banana.
You draw your banana. So let me just say this: roll initiative as you
negotiate, sir.
So you just quick draw like this fire ray of frost.
like your guns turn blue. Like your
This
hands.
is- it's-
Oh god.
It's more so like a finger gun, but the difference is like it like looks like it has like what the hell is that? Frostbite on his fingers, basically.
Okay. So let me just do this. Everyone roll initiative. Let me get the initiative thing up.
18.
Also, you
Epic.
shouldn't
Yes.
introduce alcohol to children so early. Just
Hell
you know,
yeah,
show them
number one.
pyromania. Oh wait,
Okay.
Hell yeah, the rogue is the
Got it.
last one.
Abby's having way too much fun to be trying to do it.
gotta click first. There we go. Okay.
Okay,
and
this guy's got a
initiative, that
20
was
because he's got a bonus to Dex.
Jeez.
that.
This is when we find out later that Borlis is going to multi-class into Drunken Master Monk.
Nah, he's already a drunken master. What are you talking about?
Okay, so this guy is unnamed for now until you actually deal with him. Music ready, and look at the stats up.
Drunken Master Funk.
The funkin' drunken master.
So, this guy is a merchant. He's
okay.
armed. And yes, we've got spy music going, because why not?
Oh yeah.
And he's got a nice rapier, too. And he's just kind of sitting there, like, okay, you all, let's do this. Where's the other
Question
people
before
up
we
front?
get started. These barrels at the side. Anything identifiable on them?
That would have to wait till your turn, because you spent the time talking to him. That'd just be a
Yeah,
quick action.
Fair enough.
Okay. So he's gonna take a little look at all of you and it's like, okay, people, what do you want with the kids? Come on, it's not hard. And he's coming up to you with his rapier. It's like, are you sure you really want them? And what happened to my people up front?
Say one has a hold of cold into his leg, but he's fine right now.
Okay, so he's gonna saunter on over and just take a little stab at Gix.
Oh,
With a-
Oh.
What's your AC?
16.
Okay, he rolls a 4. Wait, it's 16?
It's 16. Now listen, man, we got that
Natural armor.
Natural armor, right. Where is it?
damn it!
That's,
Gix.
That's a
why we do
14,
not have any
so-
armor.
That's a 14, so he's not really good with
What
the
was that?
rapier, but that'll be it. Orl is your go.
All right. Seeing the whole situation here, the kids are bound up over here, right?
Yeah, they're bound. Like, they're in the cages, so... They seem a
Is
bit
it just
shoddy.
those two? Is it just those two, or is there like more kids?
It's just those two, but you don't see all the room because there's still, like, space around it.
All right. Well, Borlis is not going to go towards the kids all the way. He's going to like just wave and say like, as a kind of like a sign that we got this. And he goes up here and he gets going to ray frost that guy in the back
Okay, roll.
with a 19.
Oh my gosh, rolling for damage.
That's
6. Ah, bitch! Ah, stupid magic! He just screams and just looks at all of you. Ugh.
And he just blows his fingers so it gets a little bit cold frost going off.
Hmm.
And I think that will be the end of my turn. I really don't have anything else.
Yep. So,
Yeah,
Abby,
I
your
know.
go.
Oh. Well. Wait, wasn't I the 8 and Gix the...
What?
Oh, the thing
Also,
is, initiative, I first rolled an 8, but I forgot to click my token beforehand, so I rolled again, and then it corrected
okay.
it to an 8.
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
my initiative is 3, dude.
That was...
Oh, it's 3? Oh,
What?
whoops.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So just refresh that thing and
Yeah,
it'll
let
go
me
back
just
again.
refresh it.
And then go back
Uh,
down.
Okay, Mr. Hands.
all right. Well, taking a look at the situation here, I think Mr. Hands is just gonna quickly take a. He's gonna pop over right here behind him. Give him a little stabby stab with his short sword.
That's just a 12?
Yep.
Yeah, no, he was patting his back with the frost, and he take a look at you, and he just slides to the right a little bit, and just goes, ooh,
Don't worry
no.
about that. Don't worry about that.
Wait, what?
I was clicking information. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah, he just dodged all the way. It's like, oh, no, at least I can deal with your stuff. Ugh.
Alright, I think that's the end of my turn.
All right, Gix. You know, you got
Yep.
stabbed by him, so...
No, he tried to stab me.
Well, he's trying to stab.
Well, you don't like magic, you say? Well, here, have some more then.
You're gonna...
Gonna magic up Bananicus and with Shillelagh and give him a big bonk.
That's just 8?
8 to hit.
Okay, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that misses. I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Yeah, his AC's not, like, that low, so... Yeah, you
Oh,
miss.
that's my turn.
Banana bonk failure. Abby, your go. Hello?
Mr. Abbott.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Two quick questions. One, is he currently engaged with Gix because he attacked Gix?
Yeah,
Engaged in combat with Gix.
yeah.
Cool. Two, are we doing flanking?
I mean, I would assume flanking because Mr. Hands is right there.
Yeah, basically, I'm just seeing if I move around behind him, I might get an advantage on my attack.
You get advantage if somebody's within 5 feet of you, so you
Yeah.
technically have advantage right
Wait,
now.
Oh, sorry. It was the wrong attack.
Actually, no, you get no, not
Yeah.
advantage. You get
Oh,
sneak
never mind.
attack.
Yeah, you can do
get
sneak
I'm
attack.
That's what I
I'm
meant.
not
Sorry.
swashbuckler yet, so I don't have that ability.
You
Not
still have
yet,
sneak
so you-
attack.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
sneak
but I
attack.
thought
yeah.
I'd only have sneak attack if I have advantage on someone and I can get advantage by
No,
flanking.
it's somebody's within 5 feet of that person
Yeah.
also, because they're focused on them too also.
Not only that, you're directly across from Mr. Hands. If you were right here, that'd be okay still. Like, so long as you're just attack him.
I'm going straight for the attack
Yeah.
then, with advantage for my sneak.
Yep. Oof.
Yeah, according to the thing, you don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet, the enemy is incapacitable, or you don't have to disadvantage on the roll. So, yes, no matter where you are right now, you can have advantage.
Yeah.
Or not advantage, you can do that sneak attack.
Yeah, I do flanking because I like flanking. If anyone has problems with flanking, too bad.
Yep, fair enough. I know some people do and don't like that with wire check.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do some things people don't like, and we'll do some things people will love. So far, I love the roleplay, I will say. You've all had fun with that in the market, so
We are.
That's a good. So no, I don't. I definitely don't land
Yeah.
that attack, unfortunately.
you don't land a hit. He's used to fighting hand-to-hand, you can tell, so... Anyway, back up to him. Takes another look at Gex, and he aims for another swing with his rapier. And nat ones! Oh dear.
Rarity
Lovely.
rolls.
Let's see. Okay. I think it's higher is
We
better,
got-
right?
Higher is better, lower. It's like
From the DM.
depends.
Okay.
You want to be higher, or you want to be lower for good or bad. I usually do the low. I usually do the lower it is. The
Yeah,
badder it
lower is going to be the
Better.
thing. So he does kind of get it swung between your legs, and just it takes him a bit to kind of tug it back up. I'm gonna just roll something real quick for him. Yeah, he tugs it up easily. If he failed, he would have been falling on his butt.
Nice.
He's back up. He kind of just goes, "Ah, I'm you little one, aren't you?" Orlis, your go.
I'm literally just standing here.
You're literally just standing here.
Sir, I am simply vibing.
So I got a fun little thing for everyone to enjoy.
Gex
I
just
am
licks his
going to
eyes.
cast a first level spell of Fairy Fire.
Oh dear!
This guy has to do
Ooh.
I think it's a dex save, right?
Dex save?
Dex saving throw. It's speed of 14, otherwise everyone has advantage on his ass.
That's an 11.
Yeah, but wait, hold up. I said each object in a 20-foot cube. Does that mean
My
Oh,
choice. My
Oh, your
choice.
choice.
Yeah,
Cool, cool,
your
cool.
choice, it says.
And I put it as a cold blue. So yeah, he is lit up like a goddamn Christmas tree, and everyone has advantage on attack on his ass.
So yeah, he does have he does have that. It's just
Well, if I keep
once,
that
right?
concentration up, you can literally get everything shit out of him. And then,
Yes.
And then
Yeah,
I'll
that-
run, and then my last little action, I run towards the kids a little bit more, like, and make sure they're okay. But it's like a quick little glimpse of it.
Yeah,
Hello, kids. You want any kvass?
one of them is.
We'll get you out of here, kids. Don't worry. We have to take care of this bad man.
Both of them are looking out. They've got like bright green eyes and they're brown fluff, just like Maru. And just to say, they're basically people with ears and tails. And they are bound behind them, like at the feet and the arms. It doesn't look too tough, but they've got socks in their mouths, so they can't speak.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Change them violently and ask some questions.
Will that be Horlis's turn?
That'll be my turn. Just making sure,
Okay.
like, the kids know, hey, we're here to save the day.
Hands, you're up.
Anything you do is advantage, by the way.
Yep.
Enjoy.
Let's give this sword another swing.
Okay. Yeah. Since it's 13 and 13, so that does hit. 4 piercing damage.
Come on. Yes, sir.
So-
But, yeah, go for it.
Rattle them, boys.
Sorry.
Wrong button.
Let's
I was
take
thinking.
a step back, and that'll be my turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be a attack opportunity then?
Yeah, actually, wouldn't it be because he's going away?
Yeah.
Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
You take 9 points of piercing damage right there as he sort of nicks you in the back. It's like, oh, you stabbed me, I'll stab you!
Oh no, I took quite a bit. Mr. Hands is on the ground. I'm not dead, but he's taking a hit.
You Wait a moment, did that?
Stay strong, Comrade. I'll get to you later.
I'm just double checking, did that really just one shot? Okay, no.
Yeah. It didn't one-shot me, but it almost did. Alright, that'll
Okay.
be my turn.
Yeah, rapiers are dangerous, dudes.
Wait, don't
Anyway,
walk away from him.
Gix, you're up.
Trying to end the little dance of continuously hitting each other, trying to hit each other and missing, I'm gonna bonk him again. This
Bonk.
time with the right attack.
There we go.
Does an
Yep,
18 hit?
yep, that hits.
9 damage.
Oh. I just do the
Right in
little
them
HP.
shins.
I'm also gonna make use of that little hungry jaws and
Oh.
use my bonus action to bite his ass.
Ult
Because,
it?
you know, why not?
You're gonna have one of them cheeks.
13?
Oh my gosh, you got him. So,
Yeah.
roll for damage. Okay.
6 fucking damage, yeah.
So, as you hit him, you kind of just smack him right in the hip, and that makes him lean down, and you were about to go for his stomach just to kind of spook him, but you go for his shoulder, and that really gets him bad. And how would you want to play that for the rest of it?
I kind of just bite into his shoulder and essentially tear it, not entirely out of its socket.
Oh my gosh.
So it's not like disembodied, but like with it's definitely popped out of its joint.
Yeah, this guy is
Still
screaming
hanging on to.
and on the ground right now, not responding well. So yeah, that was him.
Have the kids witnessed this tiny lizard?
Actually, hold on a moment.
He's going to lean over
Fear
him.
banana
He's going to lean over him.
Okay, yeah, they both see.
Oh no.
Like, these 10 and 11-year-old kids are just looking at you, and it's like, oh.
Is he still in the fight, Yang?
No, he's down.
Abby's
dead,
going to
though?
lean over him. Is he conscious at all?
He's, like, witnessing, but he's, like, unable to move. He's, like, clenching his throat. He's like, if you don't do something, he will eventually die, probably, if he doesn't get help. I will say that,
So
because...
Yang, if it's okay with you, I'm gonna lean over him.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna put my hands together, and I'm gonna open them with the hopes that there will be a coin there.
Okay, hold on a moment.
Before this, meanwhile, teenage kids are not witnessing this. He's trying to cover their eyes, even though they're still bound. Like just don't look, kids. Don't look. This is not good.
Roll-
And
Roll
I know this is
1d100
good
real
for
quick.
you guys.
1d100.
Yep.
as this is happening, Mr. Hands is walking over to the kids and saying, "Now I know what you've seen has been pretty stressful, and you may want to express yourself by using some fruitful language. Now is the time to say that. No one's gonna hear. Forget about what you saw and yell. You let it all out."
Yang,
Meanwhile,
21.
Gix
What does that mean?
There's no coin right in your
And look at that-
hands,
I'm
sadly.
gonna put that stuff with their hands. Help me untie these kids. As he gets his old
Abby-
daggers.
Abby
got
sighs, and I want to do this. I want to do this subtly. So I'm gonna like if people want to hear what I say, they're probably gonna have to roll against, I guess, sleight of hand.
Yeah,
if I
or
lean in
stealth,
and whisper
actually.
to him.
Stealth.
Stealth, just straight stealth.
Straight stealth.
Oh.
Oh.
Natural 20.
Yep.
Nobody hears anything.
So what would you
No one
say?
hears. I'm gonna lean into his ear, and I'm just gonna whisper to him. You seem to be in a bit of a tight spot, friend. Tell me, can I interest you in everything, all of the time?
Roll persuasion.
Ooh.
He looks up at you and just takes like his hand from his shoulder, places his other hand on it, and just slaps you with a bit of blood on the face. Not enough to do damage, but he just puts his blood on your face just to tell you fuck off. Like he's
Abby,
not saying anything. He's
Abby-
just grumbling.
Abby smiles manically, and like a little bit of light flickers in his eyes, and he just goes, "A shame. You could have lived deliciously." And I'm gonna slit his throat.
Oh,
I
coup de
was about to say,
grace.
I was about to say Giggs could, cast Goodberry and shove one into his mouth.
Oh,
But like
no.
as he prepares to do that, he just sees Abby slitting his throat. Wait, what? Listen,
Yep.
we weren't gonna kill. Never mind.
I would have loved if he just had contract sealed as he just slapped you with his blood. But yeah, no, this guy's just dead. Abby finished the job with a coup de grace.
Do you know anything about interrogations, Abby? We could have picked out more information with the few seconds he had left. I don't care about your deal, man. We could have found out if there was a larger network. Why are there more barrel busters up north than there typically are? Gotta keep them alive to some extent. I don't care if you kill them, but when you're killing people that still have information, that's just a waste.
Abby goes, Mr. Hands, I understand your concern here. I understand your concern, but please do not fret. I have a ritual for this.
Oh.
You have to
Ritual.
understand. Come closer,
Yeah.
come closer. And I'm gonna beckon the others towards the body.
Yeah.
First of all, Borderless is actually cut the kids free to make sure that they're okay.
Abby's gonna cast Thaumaturgy to make his hands glow, and he's gonna like hover them over the body, and he goes, "Spirits of the underworld, bring forth the voice of this man. Make him tell truths untold, and bring forth light in the darkness." And Abby leans in really close to his head. He places a hand on his forehead and a hand kind of on his chin. And then, using the hand on his chin, waggles his mouth up and down and goes, "You kidnaps children! Why should I be allowed to survive?" And he climbs up the ladder.
Okay.
As that happened, Mr. Haynes looks down at Gix and says, "I don't suppose you can make the banana talk well, can you?"
No.
Never mind. And Mr. Haynes
I
steps
kind of
up the
talked
ladder
through
as
him.
well.
That's I'm
I-
his herald and mouthpiece, and the one who's gonna turn him into the great and powerful god. He has the destiny of becoming. Anyway, yeah. No, I the banana doesn't talk.
Yeah, during all this, Borderless finally like frees up these kids after like cutting all the ropes and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a kind of ramshackle together of sort of like pet cage they'd use for holding dogs or whatever. And the kids, they look really, really, to say the least. What the heck happened?
Just come over here. Let's get out of
Terrorism
here. Let's go back to your mom.
Yes.
Oh, away from the monkey, please. And the other man. And other man.
We'll make sure to get back home. Okay, we're 100% good on this. All right. Just don't look at that person down there.
They both hold hands.
Hey, Ballish, you hungry? Gig says, pointing towards the corpse.
Maybe later.
Yeah,
I got Maybe later. I got Halbert first.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you all
let's
get your
come back
way up.
later.
You're
Giggs
not going to look through anything?
Giggs uses Banana Kiss
Well,
to cauterize the wounds. Just
Well, he'll
so
leave the
the
kids
good
up, and
stuff
then he'll.
doesn't seep out right now.
Okay, one at a time. Make sure.
Border's gonna make sure the kids are going up and like out of the thing right now, and he's gonna look around the barrels and see if I'll be back for a second. I want to check on something as he sees like what kind of like barrels we're talking here, like what kind of barrel we're talking about.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
So-
good stuff.
Are you going to try to like tap them, make sure they're full or anything like that?
Yeah, he's gonna like give it a couple of taps to see if it hears any liquid or anything like that.
Give him a taste.
So, I want you to roll a couple things. There's... Let's go for history first. just to see.
On history.
By the way,
22.
I'm joining in on the taste
You'll both
testing.
take a side.
Yep.
I'll take the
History.
right side.
Okay.
Oh, oops.
So
Not so bad.
the
Either way,
different color.
7.
Okay. 7 and 22. We'll start with Borlas. So the different coloration to the barrels usually denotes what kind of wood they're using to ferment them, if there's any alcohol actually in them, real quick. And the one right down here would probably have a little bit better of the stuff that tastes a bit differently. And the other ones are probably just like normal alcohol. So if this place has been closed off for a while and they didn't get rid of the alcohol, it'd be a pretty good chance that there's still some in here and you could sell it for quick buck or save it. The point is there
nobody
action?
sells something this good for a good price.
The point is, who would sell it and would buy it? And if there is any. So, Gix, you just know, ooh, different woods. Those are nice. Very, very nice. So, are you going to try to cap open one? There's a couple with some caps already for the files and everything.
Yep. Give it a sip.
Okay. Roll 2d20s just cuz.
Okay.
No, I meant like one each.
Oh,
Sorry.
9,
I'll
11
accept the-
and 9.
I'll accept the 11 for you. Borlas?
2 d20s.
Just 1d20.
Just 1 d20.
Okay,
7.
So, both of you
7 and
open the sides. This one right here, completely empty.
Well,
Like, there's nothing in there. You smell like a little trace of alcohol, but it smells more fruity. This one right here has a tiny bit left over, and it looks musty, like there's some stuff floating in it. Like, there probably wasn't a good sealant on it, sadly, for that one.
ugh.
So, drinking that might make you go blind.
No.
You mean the good stuff?
That sounds like what Borlas wants.
Okay, but that's just the one for each. You can check the gray ones too if you'd like.
Border's
Yep.
gonna keep like tap around each barrel, like see if I
Okay.
can hear anything.
Roll another
It's gonna-
d20 each, please.
8.
5.
Okay.
Good rolls.
Another empty one for Gix, but Borla's one actually has enough for a little shot. There seems to be some light honey colored stuff in there, but it smells more like flowers rather than actual meat. You take a sip?
I'll give it. Can I give it like a survival sniff check? to
Yeah,
see
survival
how
sniff.
my bonus is? 12.
You can tell it won't make you, like, dead, at least, if you don't drink a whole bunch of it. So, the best point of action would probably just be a little sip, or just to leave it for a moment and just see what happens, or potentially just down it all. Like, you won't
You know
die
what?
from it.
I'm gonna give myself a good shot glass worth of it and just give a big ol' swig.
Okay. One swig down, and it's a very, very floral honey mead. Like, it tastes a little bit of cherries, almost, but it's not, like, obnoxious to it. It's decent, but not anything to write home about.
But the average.
And just to have... Yeah, the other barrels don't have much in them, except
Yep.
one right here. When Borlas was tapping it, you heard more of a thunk, and the thing right here kind of caved in, and inside there were a couple of things in there instead of alcohol. Inside, you see one very, very questionable, like, piece of bone. You don't know from the point of it if it's like chicken bone or whatever. If you want to roll medicine check, you can tell. Like, just random bone.
12.
It's part of the, like, a small part of someone's finger, like the thickest part of it, and the bottom where it would connect to the hand. The carpals, I believe. So you're just holding finger bone. It's very, very clean. Wait, how many things are there? Okay. And the other thing, you see it more like it's a ragged bag at first, but underneath it you see a little, like, shining... What's the thing? What's the word for it? I have this written down somewhere. Freaking thesaurus. Thesaurus.
That's
Thesaurus. Actually, I want you to roll Arcana real quick.
Ooh, I'm actually very good with that.
Okay.
Let's see my +6 with that. 25.
Okay. You take a look at it and you feel a very, very keen remark to Nerful. And this right here, it's not based on the crystal magic like Uriak is good for. It seems like a mix because this gemstone has runes inscribed on it. You don't know if you're entirely good because these ones seem a bit different to your homeland, but it looks like it's a somewhat flat slate with one rune on each side. One you can kind of make out. Let me just...
Magic coin right here, I see. Magic gem coin.
Not... Like, one of them looks like... I'm just gonna write...
A magic coin, you say?
One looks like that,
I'm just seeing which one.
and the other looks... that.
Very
Both sides are
strange.
different, but they're definitely red. It looks like garnet.
This is the strange looking
Did you find
gem.
anything over there?
You can
Yeah,
tell
I
it's
found some
magic,
weird-
so you just don't know what it does.
I have a certain spell.
You can do that
You know
later.
the spell.
Yes.
Identify.
1 minute, okay. Just remember, you do have to have the pearl to cast it because it's over a certain amount. The feather is free.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess I'll have to find some kind of pearl for that.
Yeah,
then.
pearl or something similar. I will say that. Like, I do have a thing where it's like, if it's just like bat guano or anything super duper cheap, you can just use that. But if it's anything expensive like gemstones or certain monster parts, you have to find those.
Gotcha. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's fine.
Anyway, so you'll just pocket it and take it for later?
Yeah, I'll pocket it for later, and I'll just see if I can find some kind of pearl later on worth about 100 gold.
Okay. So you're going back upstairs to Mr. Hands and Tiefling Dude and the kids. We'll just assume they're kind of like near someone away from the monkey, like right around here. Away from the spooky monkey.
Monkey. The funky monkey.
There wasn't much alcohol down there, but we might have to
Nah,
find
most
some.
of them were too.
We found some things down there, as you hold up like the finger, basically.
The finger. It's not a full finger, it's just the bone of a finger. Like
Or,
it's
he showed the bone of the finger. We found this in one of the barrels. I don't even know what this copy was from. Or some
Well,
finger of some kind.
Yang, can I quickly roll to see how successful my flirting was before rejoining the group?
yes, go ahead.
What do you want me to roll for
Let's just do pure charisma.
that? Saving throw or normal?
Normal. 'Cause she's not flirting with you. Ooh. Like, you kind of fumble a little bit. She thinks you're being a little bit cute, but it's still like, my husband will get these jokes from all these
Ooh.
customers. I tell him about all the ones who try to get anything out of me. If you're...
Abby hears the word husband, and he goes, "Well, I see you don't need me right now, but at least you know who I am." He goes and joins the others.
I thought that thing disappearing was fucking this Yang's like, I'm out.
No. So yeah, you rescued the kids. What next?
Hey
Sean?
kids, you ever
Hooray.
tried alcohol before?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Hey kids, you ever tried alcohol before?
They looked and it's
No,
like,
no, no, don't listen to him.
yeah, Mom doesn't like us when we do our stuff, so we don't like it much.
Yeah, but here's the thing. And he
No,
leans
kids,
in.
don't
This
drink.
isn't your,
Practice
this isn't your
pyromania,
mum's
it's way better.
stuff. This isn't your mum's stuff. And after what you saw down there, wouldn't you like a sip?
They shake their heads. Nope, we want to go home, please. We've learned for now.
Yeah, kids, burning things is way more healthy. Like that's not gonna ruin
They're
your brain.
still
like,
spooked
way
from
more
you
cooler.
all, except for Borlis for the most part, because he actually took the time to actually just sit down with them.
I look
No,
at
you
Gibbs
can't.
and just.
Mr.
I look at.
Hold on,
Hand.
you say sit down? Did you say a sit down with Borlis? No, yeah, a squat party with
I'm gonna say, it's like, Mr. Hands, you were kind of bloodied and bleeding real quick.
I came over there.
By the way,
No,
Gig still
say-
has like blood around his mouth.
Say all the bad
It's
words
like
you want. This is a
licking
bad
it off.
situation.
Yeah, you got someone kind of bleeding with you. Like, everyone's kind of like, are you okay? Or... Like, the Tabaxi's
what
just
the-
looking at you all.
Abby looks
know,
at
that's
Gix
probably
and
would
just
help
goes,
better,
"Kids
as,
these days are so boring."
You know what,
Yeah, they
you
don't
know what,
even
Mr.
seem
Hand?
interested in pyromania.
You know what, Mr.
Or
Hand? I'm gonna help you out
drinking.
one time. I'm gonna help you out one time. For good measure, as he pulls out one of like his vodka bottles and he pulls the cork out of his teeth for a second. Doesn't spit it out or nothing. Then he pours a little bit on his hand and then like puts it on where the wound is and casts Cure Wound as his last spell. So you get 5 HP back.
Oh,
Oh.
thank you.
I
That
freaking
doesn't help
love the
that wound
casting.
right there.
I love the casting so much.
As he corks the bottle back up and puts it back in his bag.
Liz, tell me, do you have any spare bottles?
What I give you guys, I gave Mr.
No,
Hands and I
empty
gave
empty bottles. I'm talking.
I might have one or two around.
You said you found a finger bone in a barrel, correct?
Yeah, I found a finger bone and I found some gemstone I'm going to look at later.
I want to fill up a bottle from that barrel.
It's empty.
I would not probably do it either way, considering there was a boat in there. They might have put people in the wine, maybe, or
Yeah,
other stuff in there.
but that's the point.
There was nothing
That
in there,
does sound
Borlas
pretty
saw,
interesting.
so...
I'm just saying for fun either way, but either way,
People
it's
wine.
empty.
That's sad.
Delicious.
That's very sad.
We checked a bunch of barrels around there. There wasn't much to work with. I had like probably one good stuff, but I give it
Yeah,
about
almost
I
all the ones I
give it about
checked were
4.
empty.
Think
I give it
Ballers,
4 out of 5.
As a fellow
Not that bad.
connoisseur, I do have to say you're thinking rather narrow-mindedly by good stuff and bad stuff. Whether you're gonna drink it or not is irrelevant. Alcohol always has a purpose.
But they're
It
not gonna
does?
come back for more if they get brain damage or die.
It is, but I believe that anything is worth doing is worth doing right.
Yes, agreed. And I would never dream of indicating that you would indulge in making such a product. However, what I'm saying is, such products may have their uses. I'm gonna down the last bit, the remaining
Out.
stuff in the bottle that Ballers gave me.
What's the insight for?
I'm gonna absolutely down it, so I'm gonna do this very quickly.
Yeah?
One sec.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm probably not the most sober right now.
Oh, just barely. Like, the first couple times you're like, this is pretty good. And this time it's like hitting you like a truck. All the alcohol must have been in the bottom of it.
I'm just gonna burp and go. Give me 2 seconds, and I'm gonna go and find that barrel and fill this bottle up with that brain-damaging alcohol.
You're gonna stumble down the stairs
brain-damaging
like
alcohol.
Yes.
Lovely.
Like, you don't know which barrel has what, but after trying a few times, you grab it from one of the gold ones, and it looks like very, very musty, disgusting wine.
That's fine by me. I've got
Well, if
that
they're
in a
lucky,
bottle
they'll
now.
just go blind and get a little bit of brain damage.
I've got a bottle of that now, and I'm heading up. I'm heading back up to join the others, and I'm done for now.
Are you going to put the bone in and make bone hurting juice?
bone juice.
Bone juice. Okay, so
Bone.
you
I mean,
now
if no
have
one else
one
has any use
bottle.
for that finger bone.
You have one bottle of disgusting alcohol.
Yes.
Liquid brain damage.
Alright, unless we have anything else, I believe we want to get these kids home, because I think they're not, I would say, probably feeling safe right now with their mother's hands. If I'm
Yeah.
correct, right, you two?
Yeah, they're just kind of shivering, their furs bristled up on the tails and the hair.
Alright, so you
Yeah,
two
let's
home.
just get them home and then come back here and get a snack.
Get a snack. You do get to
The
get
good
a
old
reward later,
lizard
too.
man special.
The lizard man. Go back here to
Sounds-
our map just for funsies.
As we're
Well,
leaving,
man.
can I glance back at the tabaxi who I gave the gold coin to and see if anything's going on?
Yes, real quick. So, you can just tell it's like nothing's going on, nothing's different at the point. He's just kind of sitting there, or just fiddling through fish.
Okay, and there's no kind of edit with the two of them.
Like, the one
the
human
big
dude's
guy that's
staring back, but it's like nothing's going on between them.
Okay,
Like,
that's
a little
fine
bit
by
of
me.
glance, so.
I'm happy to leave without him.
Seed has been sparked. Anyway, so you make your way back to the Tanuki Trio Traders.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Indeed.
As you all go back, because the music's catchy, I like it. Okay. You make your way back to the Tanuki Trio Traders, and the lady at the counter is looking down, and she's like, "Oh, thank goodness, you brats! Where were you?"
I'm
Oh,
assuming
just,
the kids
Shut
are
up,
very
Vincent.
traumatized.
Yeah, they kind of run behind the counter and just duck behind the store. It's like, oh, it looked like they've seen a ghost. What happened?
Just a
What's
mild
this-
bit of child trafficking. It's fine.
Oh,
Yeah, they were part of the barrel. What's their name? They got caught in that kind of situation.
so they
Both
got.
figuratively and very literally.
So they got.
Didn't even have any good loot on him.
You didn't loot him.
Oh, true.
None of you looted him.
Usually the barrel.
Well,
like-
we're gonna go back to him later anyway, so yeah.
Okay. So where were they, by the way? So I
An
know what
afterwork
to keep them
snack.
away from.
They
Up
were
in a
in,
basement in the market. Think some burrow busters had them.
Oh, them. Well, hopefully the government will deal with that soon enough. That's one of the ones that's gonna get taken down.
Oh, don't worry. He won't be causing any trouble anytime soon.
Did you kill him?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
No. They are good with dead people. They're just not good with killing people.
Well,
as,
everyone has
as,
to get
uh,
used to it at some point.
Or
Boris pointed
dying.
the little yellow lizard probably covering a little bit of blood on his lips. And he kind of finished the job there. We made sure at least to keep them away from the kids.
Good.
Well, we still need to finish the job at least.
Hmm.
No, he's very dead. I made sure of it.
Cool.
I'm talking about eating him.
I'll send
Now
your
we're
reward to the.
talking.
I'll send your reward to the main building. If anything, I'll put in a little bit extra. So hope you know what you. Thank you.
Oh, we do.
As
Oh, we
always,
do.
you're always welcome to shop here. I'm always in, except when I'm not. Then my kids
Yang.
will handle the counter.
Can I clasp my hands together and see if a coin appears?
Do it. Roll D100. Nope, no coin.
I just kind of make it look like I've just rubbed my hands together, and that's fine.
Have a nice day.
Why do you keep rubbing your hands together like that?
Cold here.
Cold hands, what can I
Blooded
say?
as you.
As I say cold hands, I light my hands on fire temporarily with Formiturgeon immediately. extinguish
Like
them.
getting the hand sanitizer in your hand, just lighting them up.
Giggs is already taking out Bananicus, ready to warm you up.
You want to probably go back to my hometown later.
Bananicus just has the
Everyone.
texture of like one of those heat pads that you put underneath the blankets.
He's a literal goddamn heat pad.
Yeah. Anywho,
I mean, yeah, that too. Needs a lot of things.
so I take it you're all gonna do your things to go back, get your reward, and go back and potentially loot the dude if you want.
I do have one question, Miss Tanuki woman.
Maru.
Maru, sorry. Do you have anything in terms of a parallel of some kind? I don't want to take it. I don't want to use it for a spell, but I'm gonna give it back to you. Actually, no, never mind. I just realized I had no more spell slots. Never mind. I just realized, forget what I said there. I just realized I don't have enough juice powder for that.
Look, I don't usually deal with that kind of stuff. I usually deal with the jewelry it has in it, and I don't want to take apart anything.
Okay. No problem on that.
If you want that sort of stuff, the Mage's Alley would be your case in the main building, or if you want, there's always the very, very fun one if you want to go to that district. Top left of the place. Never guess what it's called.
Would have no idea. At the top district.
Nope. May Mage Den. It's such a stupid name. Everyone hates May. The month, not the person.
Oh, I'm not
So
a
not
big
the
fan of
place
the person
looking.
either.
Anyway, thank you all again. Hope you have a nice day.
You
Glad
too,
we
and,
could be of assistance.
You two, and you two stay out of trouble as he points to those kids.
They're just kind of hiding behind the back part where it's like goes to the wall in the other rooms.
He doesn't like exactly like go right up to him. He kind of like points out like, you two, you stay out of trouble.
Doing
And
the
if you
I'm
do
watching
get
you.
kidnapped again, be sure to, just bite off their arm. That seems to work.
Yeah, they run away after that.
Licks the last bit of blood off of lips.
And your eyeball.
It's
And
one
my
eyeball.
licks eyeball.
Yeah, because I
Last bit of
forgot.
blood
Did
on
you
the
say?
eyeball.
Did you say he has no
Sigma male
eyelids?
move.
Did you say Gex has no fucking eyelids?
Oh, the music cutting out.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he's
Gex
a-
doesn't have eyelids.
You don't
Okay.
have eyelids either. You're a lizard.
Okay.
Oh, that's geckos you're thinking of.
That's the different lizards have different
Some-
eyeballs.
Yeah, some of them have like.
You have like most lizards have like a transparent eyelid that will go over, so it doesn't look like you're blinking.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
The is he doesn't have eyelids. It's one of those like limb eyeball things. Like, bleh.
Lim.
So, what now shall be happen? We'll do a quick little extra thing and then do your usual.
Back to the basement and loot the corpse and then consume.
Okay. I will say what he has on him. He just has very basic armor. Like, he doesn't have much on him. You see, like, a little bag, but it's just got a little thing of cigarettes in it, just a couple smokes left over. And there's thing of leather armor in there, and his rapier. Nothing special about the rapier. Or the armor. It's just the armor's like a trench coat.
Hey, Gix.
Rapier.
Are you a smoker?
No, you can have them.
Excellent.
You got 3 cigarettes. They're just tobacco and paper, nothing else.
I'm gonna go and offer one to Mr. Hands.
What is this?
A cigarette.
Ah.
Do you smoke, my friend?
You know me too well. He graciously accepts the outstretched cigarette.
I put my finger on the tip of it and light it using thaumaturgy, and then I light one for myself as well. A
Hey,
job
as
well
I-
done today, I think.
You may be of more use than I thought, Mr. Prince.
And as I finish smoking the cigarette, and it gets kind of down to the butt of it. I just blow the butt up in the air, comes down, and I just swallow it.
Freaking Rita over here.
Right, you didn't
And now
give
I
me
just-
one.
Yep, just one smoke
Yeah,
left.
no. I've seen Mr. Hand smoke. I haven't seen anyone else smoke.
Yeah.
Surprised you didn't offer me one.
I flick it over to him. All yours, my friend. And now I'm just gonna kind of observe the 2 shopkeepers that I spoke to earlier.
Or this is kind of just tucks it away. I'll save you for later.
Anywho. So you'll go back to the thing.
Yep.
Okay. So in the government the thing. Go back to the government building at the front desk. It's much less busy here. It's like mid-afternoon. It only took a couple hours to do. And Jack's kind of is patrolling around the front desk area, making sure some things are decent. He's like doing some rounds kind of semi-robotically, but he's like seems more efficient about it and just turning around at certain points. Years of experience, likely. And he turns to see all of you. It's like, how'd it go?
Well, we managed to
Job
flush
done?
out 2.
Simple as that. Kids are
the
back
guy.
at home. Clients happy. Job done.
Right.
We managed to flush out 2 barrel boys. I forget the name again. Barrel something.
Burrow busters.
The
Popping
barrel
up north.
bosses.
Them. We were meant to go
Or
down there
bastard.
to the Great Cascade a couple days ago. We're supposed to be getting a message of how that's going. But
We managed to find one that looked like some kind of weird fish with sharp teeth and another lizard folk man.
okay, yeah, that's them.
And then we found some half elf in the basement of this marketplace, and let's just
He was
say,
delicious.
little man here, he kind of finished the job.
I see. So long as he's not causing trouble anymore, we are okay with self-defense and death. So long.
Sorry, that's my.
Nope, that's your echo.
Hi, welcome to Wendy's. Will I take your order?
Honestly, I'm
Burger.
thinking Arby's.
Anyway, so from the side of his, like the back of his armor, he pulls out near his maces 4 small bags full of money and just plops them out into your hands. Like 50 gold, just as said. And we have weird stuff. He holds out little seashell-shaped soaps, and they smell like roses and they're pink. Like from Maru, she said they were good for an extra bonus? I'm not sure.
Lovely.
For now, though,
You have any idea what these things do?
you rub them on your
Tried
skin.
biting one.
You try biting
okay.
one? How hard do you bite? Roll strength.
Yeah, it smells good. It probably tastes
Straight up
good.
strength check.
No, it's soap. Okay. So you take
Not that hard. Just giving it a little experimental
little test bite. Your teeth kind of sink in a little bit, but not enough to get a big chunk off. But as you have your mouth open, you get this very pungent floral smell. It smells very much like just rolling in a field of orchids. Like you apparently rub it on your skin and it cleans you. I've not used this kind of soap. I use powder.
Oh, believe me, this stuff is an absolute dream.
Anyway, I do have some bad news.
What is the bad
That
news
would
you
be.
have?
Well, given we're having our certain thing coming up soon, to tell you the truth, it involves a lot of people and artisans and merchants coming up through for summer. We've been having a lot of inns and other places you can stay be rented out, so the pickings are a little slim. There's one that's accepting nearly everyone still in Ikal's Landing. I would highly suggest going to look through there, but if you want Fort Oran's Corner, which would be much safer if you so happen to choose, because we've got plenty of guards down there for nighttime issues, because we've had a string of robberies, but the guards have been handling them nicely now. There's a couple that are open, far away from that marketplace that you would likely have gone to. Someplace to rest your head, get a nice meal, wash up, everything else.
Is this
That sounds,
commentary or do we find some random place?
That was Jack just saying news to look for something if you need, because they don't have any, like, pickings are slim and you're running out of time a little bit.
I appreciate the concern, but I've never really had much of an issue finding a place to sleep.
All right.
I
Wait.
don't doubt that, but I'll be making way to one of those inns there.
Yeah.
We'll find a place to squat in.
Okay.
Tell
Hold
me,
down.
sir, before I head out, where is a place here? Not a place of rest per se, but more of a social gathering for those of let's say, higher class than myself.
I have not frequented any of them. Do not ask me, please.
No. I'm simply talking of, when I say a social club, I do mean, with no innuendo, a social club, a bar, a place of drinking for those of higher class than myself, the wealthy, the rich, the people who, move and shake, as it were.
I do not frequent any of those places. Please do not ask me. This is very monotone again.
Okay, so you do not know where the rich people drink. Noted.
Look, we do
I'm
not
gonna see if I can-
we do not need the rich people. They can get some good stuff going on with the good people.
No,
we find
no.
places that we can have fun with.
You don't understand. You don't understand, Ballers. I am most definitely going to be going out and drinking with you tonight. Especially you three seem like excellent fun. However, when it comes time to find a comfortable bed, there is always a well-to-do but particularly lonely lady or gentleman who could always use some company in a rather comfortable one.
If you can excuse me for just one moment, I'll be right back.
So I am completely content with going for drinks with you guys. I believe that will be an excellent time for all. But when it comes to going to sleep, I have a certain level of standards that I like to uphold, and well, as part of that, I believe I need to find a mark, as it will.
Oh, Mr. Prince gets lonely at night and he needs someone to hug. How touching.
Look, if we're gonna all stick together with this kind of situation, you're gonna have to learn. But we're gonna have to go into places that we will probably have your Prince Charming kind of loyalty.
Believe me, I can keep beds more warm in more ways than one. And he kind of clicks and like sparks of fire, like kind of dance around a little bit again. But like I said, when it comes to drinking and socializing, quite frankly, the scummier the better. I find they often have the most interesting crowds.
I'm sorry, excuse me, but you don't seem like the type to hang around the scum of the world, you know. I beg my pardon, definitely the regal types and the lords and ladies, but scum, you may be a bit of an oddball, but you ain't scum to me, not just yet.
Mr. Hands, with all due respect, did you not hear me saying that me being royalty was a blatant lie to our lizard friend over there?
Maybe a lie, but you sure do act like one.
Okay, I'm back.
Well, yes, there's naught wrong with being well spoken per se, but, well, frankly today, I've slit someone's throat, I've terrified some children, I've intimidated some ne'er-do-wells and spoke to them in a tongue which only us understood. I'd hoped that would establish me well enough as someone who knows their way around, well, the fun dregs, shall we say. However, as mentioned before, when it comes time to find a place to sleep, I will be searching out some well-to-do people monetarily who maybe aren't so well-to-do socially, who may need some company for the evening.
Well, I wish you luck in your quest tonight, Abby, and I hope to join you for a drink. But I'll leave you with this: just because you kill, that don't make you a killer. Can make you a man of circumstance and a man of action, but I think you've got a little too much warmth in you to make you as cold-blooded as you think. But I'll happily take you up on that drink now.
You're very right, Mr. Hands. Just because I kill it does not make me a killer. It's the fact that I enjoy it. And I'm gonna start walking towards the nearest bar.
Okay. So I will. Let's just say that you found a very upstanding place because we're starting to get a little bit late into the evening. Kind of want to wrap this up soon.
Let's wrap it up soon.
You found a pretty decent place offering just straight alcohol. There's no like mixed drinks or whatever else for a pretty good price. No issues there. It's mostly just ale and whatever grain alcohol they can have. It's not like cheap stuff, but it's definitely above a grade of squalor.
Excellent.
That's the nearest one.
Can I make I'll take it we're going to be having some drinks and doing some socializing before the
Yeah.
night is done. Can I just see if I manage to find any lonely-looking wealthy people to find a bed to sleep in tonight?
Roll perception real quick. Let's see that. Well, investigation, actually. Because you're trying to look at people.
Investigation.
Okay. There's not many people in the bar that's actually, like, good. Like, this is oops, what the heck? Like, this is just a normal run-of-your-mill bar. There's no, like, tavern or anything. It's not, like, cheap, but it's middling ground. And there's a few people, like, there's a few merchants that are just going, yeah, we just had a good day. We're celebrating early, closing up shop. And a couple workers are coming over from one of the other districts. Oh, sorry. My stomach's been acting up, that's why I had to leave it earlier. And, many of them are males, so that's up to your discretion. And there's a couple just at the counter, just talking around each other. A couple people at their tables. Not much for separation, but there's a couple people who are just like, hey, buddy, buddy. And then they just go back to the drinks
Okay.
afterwards.
So no one in particular I would find interested in sharing their lavish accommodations with me.
Yeah, like there's a few people who have like there's a few people with more decent clothes, but there's not like, hey, I'm wearing a fancy dress to go to this freaking bar.
Okay, I'm going to find the richest, loneliest looking person I can in there, and I'm going to attempt to convince them to let me keep them company tonight.
Alrighty. So, again, there's this one person that seems to be going back and forth. He's human and about in his mid-20s, and he's looking around. He's like, oh, yeah, whatever. Or to the person trying to keep him chatting on the right. It's like, ugh. He's got a couple drinks by him already, so decently garbed. He's got a couple of things. He's got a necklace on, but that's about it for jewelry.
Okay, well I'm going to, in the essence of saving time, I'm not going to argue the whole thing. I'm just going to say I sidle up to him, and essentially spark up a conversation and try and drive it in the direction in which I will maybe be invited back to his.
Charisma check.
Ruby said none of that horny shit for me. I'm out of here.
I don't want your damn
Ruby is
horny.
homophobic.
Oh, just by one. Like, he seems to be teetering a bit and just goes, people would hate me. And then just goes back to his drink. Sorry, dude, you seem cool. Oh.
It's quite fine. You seem a bit too drunk anyway.
Are you trying to get a free room somewhere?
No, that's fine. I was just seeing if I could find any way. Other than that, I'll just join the rest of them.
Alright, so let's just roll a d20. Yeah, okay. So, as you're all going through the various places, like, even checking back into Mara, it's like, I'm not keeping track of any of these people. And there's a couple guards here and there ushering people who are trying to find a place to sleep to whatever they could find. And after a nice evening of light drinking, it's about 9 o'clock right now, or heavier drinking if you're more fond of that, you come across one place that still has a vacancy sign by it called the Cat in the Bag Inn.
All right.
Looks like a nice place to stay.
It's got a little cat inside, very, very nice, like, thick glass windows that are segmented. Like, it sort of looks like a cottage, almost. And it's towering. It's, like, a good 3 floors above the top floor. And you find it in Aron's Corner, which was near the marketplace, but it's not, like, directly close to it. Decent ways away. And you see a couple of employees in there running about that look like small cat people, just like house cats on their 2 legs. That's it. Like, they're wearing clothes and they're moving around a lot of stuff. You see a couple of normal, quote-unquote, people
Like
moving around.
the Monster Hunter cat people.
Yep. And
Like that. Okay.
if you would like to roll, what would be a good idea?
They smell the halibut that Boilers has.
History.
Yeah, history real quick.
Okay.
Oh no, my helmet.
Oh, that's 20.
Nat 20.
My free food.
Anyone else want to know, or would just...
1.
Okay. Or Gix just know.
Gix knows exactly what they are and what they taste like.
Not what
It's
they
time to
taste
find
like.
out. 16.
Abby
what
does
they
not
taste like.
particularly care, so he's not really going to
Okay.
roll.
So these little things are named toy tabaxi, supposedly just because some tabaxi had a little bit of fun with some halflings and dwarves, and that results in a fairly big yet short cat that looks more tame, like the normal house cats people would do. Or not do, have. Don't go that way, people. Don't. And
Nope.
most of the
Not
time,
us.
most of the time they're from the Lesser Moss Plateau, which is their homeland. Basically, a lot of port towns and cities. Basically, the rich live in the rich live in the center part. The poor live on the coasts. So these people are walking in, and you see. I need to organize my stuff. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
No worse.
For next time.
We'll
Yeah.
edit it in post.
Exactly.
I have two for this, don't I? Yeah, you see a fairly rotund tuxedo cat. Like, he's strolling along, sauntering it, and it's like, alright, got some cutlets for ya, some roast chicken, fried eggs, and drinks. We'll just do the usual. We'll got some light ales and everything else, and he pats his hands. How can I do for you people?
One of everything.
One of everything, you, sir. Going to enjoy it. Does that include the bar snacks?
I like this. I like this a lot. Make that 2 of everything.
2 of everything. Okay.
Tell
I'm
me,
just gonna
Let's
take
tell
include
me,
these bar
Paul,
snacks. I
whale.
must taste the cuisine. I would say I'm very
food.
I would say not very clean or not keen. Also, I have a great palate in terms of what can I find is the best food around. I want to make sure it's good also.
Okay. And before I ask, before all of our rooms are taken for the night, do you all need a place to sleep? We've got a couple of them up.
I would love a place to sleep.
All right.
Perhaps.
please.
So,
But tell me, Ballers, before we indulge in our food here, even as a
Was-
passing thing, are you at all interested in everything? All the time?
so my
In terms of food, I would like to enjoy whatever people create and to see how their tastes and how they make their food. I want to see how they're done. I want to travel the world more and more and find more people like that. Like if this person here has great cuisine, I will be one of my best friends later. As I
Duly noted.
he points at that person right there. It's like you do some good food, you go a long way with my list.
I didn't-
Duly noted. Duly noted.
All right. He brings you to a nice table. Like, it looks like it was made out of driftwood, but it looks more like to be an atmospheric choice for them for the top part. And the bottom, like the arms of the table are nice. And he brings you to a inset table on the wall, kind of like a breakfast nook. And there's a couple chairs by it. Like, okay, so one of everything. That would be, well, 2 of everything. That would be 2 roast chicken breasts, cat paw cutlets, fried eggs, roast peanuts, pickled eggs. Milk okay with you two, or would you like ale?
Okay,
Ale, okay.
Fine.
Question: Are the
Ale.
cat paw cutlets made using real cat paws?
No, we get that
Aw.
question a lot. See, what we do is we get beef and we grind it up and we make it into the shape of a cat paw after frying it.
Ah.
Do you have cat paws?
Yes, and he holds up his hands and they are like look like normal person hands except they've got the beans.
I think you meant for
Beans.
eating.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and don't worry, we make sure none of our hair gets in there.
Ah.
sounds good.
Okay.
You're in a good place.
interesting.
Anyway, so you two want 2 of everything, and we'll do that. What do you two want for the Not seen one of you in forever. Venera, aren't you?
Be talking about me, huh?
Yeah. We got one of you guys come through last week, actually.
Is that so?
Big
What?
one. Like, they've got those, like, big arms. Very black furred, too. Dark. Like me. Except for no white splotches.
Mr. Hand starts to lean in a bit more, not alarmed but very intrigued. You didn't happen to catch what this feller's name was or where he was headed from, did you?
I think they called themselves Pat or Polly. They both called themselves both. So, Pat Polly. I don't know. He said he was a gorilla? That's it. He said it was a gorilla.
I see. And do you know where these where these fellas came from? I myself am from the Great Cascade, having been a bit of a stranger in this town. Did they happen to mention where they came from?
Yeah, this one said he was going back home to Sorrel, the little southern bit with all the jungle. You know, the one where the other normal monkeys come from. But this guy, he was a really tough drinker.
Interesting. Is he staying at this facility tonight?
No, he went back a week ago. Sorry about that. He said he was just coming to town for a little midnight stroll and everything else. He did, like, once a week. We've got multiple rooms tonight, by the way, before I bring you the food and go back to that. We've got your basic one room. We call it the kitten room. Small, but good enough for a bed, blanket, light, desk. Got the queen cubby, big fluffy bed, right above the kitchen so it stays nice and warm. Tomcat suite is good for 2 people. And it has a own stove, actually, if you like that.
Maybe Mr. Boles and Abby can share that Tomcat room. They can get the double bed, and Boles can cook for them in the morning. I'm personally fine with the kitten room myself. I don't know about a fine religious man as well here, Mr. Gix.
Gix?
I'm fine with
Oh,
this
yep,
whole
sorry.
2-room thing. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Ah, yes. As long as that's a place to sleep and some food.
2 kitten rooms and a Tomcat suite.
Sounds about
Sounds
right.
like a plan.
All right.
I think I'd quite like a Tomcat suite as well.
Okay. So those are big enough to share. If you'd like your own, I can do that.
Personally,
Hmm.
2 beds in there, so no problem.
Mr. Hans, would you be so kind as to share a room with me for tonight?
Mr. Hands looks at Abby and then just starts to laugh. Oh. Only if you got more of those cigarettes you had before, I'd be more than happy to make acquaintance with you tonight.
I do
Eyebrow-
not have any more
eyebrow wiggle,
cigarettes.
eyebrow
However,
wiggle.
I am a very quiet sleeper.
Well, I'm happy to take that then.
So do you all need any more food, or is just 2 of everything good?
Sure, everything sounds good. Everyone can split some stuff.
Okay. You 2 all good? Drinks?
A bit of ale
Okay. 2
would be nice.
full ales, 2 of everything. Okay, I'll be right on back. So there's not a lot of people in here. It seems like most of them are heading upstairs for the evening. Probably the milk getting to them because milk makes people sleepy sometimes. And they come back. It seems like a couple of things they had pre-made, like the bar snacks. You see, like a small bowl, 2 small bowls each of roast salted peanuts, still nice and warm, and pickled eggs. Actually, like okay, I went to Nurful once, and I went on vacation. Love these things. Perfect. And then they bring over some fried eggs, 2 sunny side up eggs for each, and they're big eggs. They seem to be a bit bigger. There's cat paw cutlets. You have 6 of them at your disposal, 3 per plate. And then 2 large roast chicken breasts, and seems like they snuck a little bit extra from the other chicken cuts to you. And those are covered in spices of all sorts. Alright, grand total, we'll just toss it up and say 10 gold each. Usually, not 10 gold, 5 gold total.
Oh. Yeah, I
Total.
was about to say 10 gold each. That's
10 gold total,
that's a
or
lot.
if you want, you could just sum it up as 8. We'll just take the rest as a tip if you want. And we'll bring breakfast to you in the morning.
I'm gonna look. We got the gold from the mission, of course. But
Yeah.
before I do that, I'm gonna quickly clasp my hands together.
Oh dear. One last time for the evening. You gotta beat that. Gotta beat an 86. Nope.
Abby smiles and gets out his coin purse and chucks a couple of coins their way to make up his share.
Okay, yeah. Not each total. 10 gold total. And they'll bring you breakfast in the morning too.
So wait, if I ordered one of everything, I'm gonna chuck 5 gold their way because that pays for what I was ordering.
Okay. So,
The rest is up to the others.
you all good?
Yeah, I think we're all.
Yep,
So,
sounds about right.
you all just need to pay. So, how much are you all gonna pay?
You can Venmo me.
How much is it, by the way?
5 out of 10 gold has been paid already. Abby paid a good chunk.
Oh,
And there's 10 in total.
Yeah, 10 total for the price.
5 has been paid already.
5 has been paid already?
I'm gonna contribute 3 gold.
Okay.
We could tribute 2 gold.
Okay, and
okay.
Gix gets a free
I'm
meal.
gonna
Little man here can pay for next time.
okay.
You are now in debt to the pirate lord.
Nah, I technically gave a free meal to the other listener earlier, so
Okay.
I'd say we're even.
I do have one question about the Tomcat room. Does it have a stove you can use up there, or is it just a warm room?
We got a potbelly stove in there. There's some wood by there and a couple of things. I know some people like to cook their own stuff, but
Now, I do have one other question though. You have a kitchen right there. Do you have a couple of ingredients I can use so I can make some stuff up there?
we let people take salt and some sugar, but not much else. Sorry about that.
I just want some sugar, some dry yeast, and some raisins. That's all I want.
Sugar and yeast are yes, raisins we don't have.
Uh, Do you have any dry grapes at all?
We have normal grapes. We usually use it for breakfast.
You know what? For fun, I'll try to experimenting anything with that. I'll take some grapes also.
All right. Hopefully you know this counts towards your breakfast if you're cooking already, right?
Who said anything about it being breakfast?
Anyway, I hope you all enjoy your meal and get to wind down for the night. And they walk off and go back to the kitchen.
Right.
Awesome.
Digging in, it's
Here you
basically
go,
like croquettes for the cat paw cutlet. It's like biting into big fried chicken, but with beef inside. For the
Damn.
roast chicken breast, it tastes like Sunday dinner. Just lovely paprika and some herbs and spices on there for like rosemary and salt, pepper. Fried eggs have a little bit of pepper on them too, not much to that. But the peanuts are very fresh and delicious. And same with the pickled eggs, very nice beet colored.
Abby holds the bowl of peanuts up and goes, "You know, gentlemen,
What is it?
I think we need a name for our little group here.
Oh.
How about the Nutmen?" Actually, no, ignore that. That's silly. And he puts the bowl back down.
The name sounds good, but I don't know about the
It jokes.
Nutmen.
Yeah, Abby goes back to just eating his food.
We'll think of something later on. It takes
We'll figure out
time and it
something
takes
later.
the
We'll
right,
figure out something later.
takes the right day to make this work. We cannot rush it. We cannot force it. We got to find the right time for this.
Okay. And with that, shall we just end it there?
Sure, and just for
Yeah,
fun,
good.
Me.
and just for fun as a whole like shenanigan bullshit. During quote unquote the night, Boris is gonna start making his quash stuff by cutting a few slices of rye bread, burning that basically so it's more black. Shove it into a pot and let it cook for like 3 hours, and make the
Oh my
whole room
gosh.
smell like very shitty tea.
Like the worst tea imaginable. Anyway,
Exactly. And by the way, that's actually how to make some alcohol there.
yep.
If anyone's wondering.
You will learn a lot in this, specifically how to make food.
Exactly, people.
And alcohol. And fire.
Alcohol.
I already know plenty about making food. I've just got a load of more vegetables tattooed on my arm.
It's like binging with Babish, but British.
Binging with British.
Binging with British. Anywho, I'll just stop the recording there. Thank you all for coming, and thank you all for playing.
Yes,
No
sir.
problem at all.
Yeah,
That
it was
was
a
a
fun
really
time.
good first session. I had a great time.
Yeah.
Yes, I like to use the rule of cool, everyone. Remember that.
The rule of cool is always good.
It's more toned down than the one-shots. Oh boy, will we have a story to tell about that.
What's you're saying that I'm not going to get to throw a tank through the wall this?
No, you're not gonna throw a tank through the wall again.
So you're
What
saying I'm
about,
not
what
gonna
about a
get to
giant
eat the
octopus
demon again?
trying to take on a giant chocolate monster? What about that one?
No, we're not gonna have that either. Anyway,
What
I'm
about
gonna...
eating a demon?
You didn't eat the demon, you bit off the leg.
I ate her
We ate
leg.
part of the demon.
Anyway,
Consume.
see you all next
about-
Saturday.
What about Handsome Squidward punching a mole again?
Squidward punching no. That one was stupid again. Oh my gosh. Okay.
No, we'll see you next